And welcome everybody to Daytona International Speedway for the running of the 8th annual ASCA 500. My name is Gavin Graham and I'm joined once again by the one and only Armani DePaul.
Give me 2 seconds, I am literally getting on.
And I'm not alone, I'm joined here tonight by the one, the only back marker, Levi Lipe, who missed the show because he wasn't quick enough to register. Levi?
Yes, sir. The 20th place legend, man.
And we are here, going in here for what will be hopefully a rememberable ASCA 500. This is the 8th annual. We had so many great moments throughout our time here the last 5 years. All starting back here at the first ASCA 500 with Chris Lilly and Andy McDowell going side by side, inches apart to the checkered flag. Both men are here tonight attempting to make the race.
Almost there, almost there, almost there.
And we do have qualifying underway at the moment. We did have a lot of difficulties. If you guys have been keeping up over the last few hours, trading paints went down. So we were kind of rushing to get schemes through to my file set to try to get something set up. A lot of the schemes you'll be seeing for the time being will be UI sets, so it won't be the stuff that you'll see normally. Of course, they had to have it happen during the ASCA 500 out of all times. Right now, watching David Brunson taking his lap. Now, when it comes to tonight's festivities, we do have a 5-minute qualifying session. 2 laps is the distance to set the fastest lap possible. Everyone that isn't within the top 2 will be going into the duels. The top 2 are guaranteed a spot in the ASCA 500. Along with that, your previous champion, AJ Hyder, has a provisional if he has to use it to make the field here tonight. So AJ Hyder, a driver that struggled throughout his entire career to even make the ASCA 500 for the first time, will be locked in before the duels even start. We'll see if he can add an ASCA 500 trophy to his large resume as he attempts to go for a 2 championship run.
Just a bit of a heads up. Qualifying is only 1 lap, so you're only going to have 1 chance to get a good lap in to get on this front row and lock yourself in. You don't have to race in through the 2 races.
Well, in that case, let's find out what these laps are going to be here. Laps are already coming in. Keola Hankins, driver last season, missed out on a victory on pole position. 50.805 is the time to beat.
Yeah, and already you've seen some drivers struggling as well, or not even realizing that it was only 1 lap. Like you mentioned, Levi, one of them is George Tolsma. He just put in the chat right here, I did not realize it was 1 lap, so George Tolsma looked like one of his laps. He thought it was going to be 2, but he only got 1, and trying to see exactly where he qualified so far in provisional qualifying. Can't find it at the moment. Oh, here we go. So all the way at the back.
Yeah, dead
Actually
lap.
last, yeah.
Seconds off the pace. That's not good.
I imagine he was trying to cheese his way so that way he could get a strong second lap, but like you mentioned, can't really do that when you only have 1 lap.
So we'll have to see how that plays out through the duel. A couple other guys already going slower. Mir, I have no idea how to say that name.
Surprising driver in the back right here, Miles Davis, a 50.929 towards the back of the field. Typically strong in qualifying, running up front, and he just had a terrible qualifying attempt. He's going to have to work his way up through the duels.
And
Yeah,
who is shocked? Sorry to interrupt, but who is shocked at the top of the board? I was going to say AJ Hyder, top of the board. His championship rival last season, Connor Trafari, just put in the fastest lap, 50.772.
You know, Connor Trafari, he really ended the year really strong. You know, I believe he finished 2nd or 3rd in the points just behind AJ Hyder. So he's going to want to start this season strong, show that he can be one of those top contenders in ASCA. And so far on provisional pole, looks like it's going mission accomplished for that number 9 car.
And I don't think... Here, go ahead, Levi.
It's also looking like Hyder. Got to use that provisional. We're going to get that front row locked up right now.
And that's great for Hyder because he will get, I believe the rule is front row. And that is Ethan Harrison with 2 seconds to go. Pole position for Ethan Harrison.
And a pretty good lap, too. 4/100ths clear of Connor Trafari. Well, you talked about it, that Hyder might not need to use that provisional. Well, Ethan Harrison said, yeah, you might want to get that provisional ready.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he can do here in his duel, as we have our first duel going underway. So, 15 laps is the distance for each duel, so it is going to be hectic from green to checker. We've seen some heartbreakers throughout the years in the duels. What kind of heartbreak will we see tonight?
Well, I mean, it's plate racing, especially now that we're moving on to, I don't know, we mentioned it too much, but we are moving to the Xfinity car for this season. So remember, last year they had the Gen 4 car. You couldn't really bump in certain ways that you could have, let's say, with the Xfinity car. I think you're going to see these guys get a lot more aggressive because they're able to do things with this car that they couldn't with the Gen 4 car. I think we're going to see madness.
Let's go through the start. Sorry, Levi. Can I go through the starting lineup real quick? Sure, I can. AJ Hyder on pole position. Remember, top two are locked in, so no point in them being in the duel. So it'll be AJ Hyder and Keola Hankins, two veterans on the front row. Chris Lilly trying to go for his second ASCA 500 triumph after 5 years between his first. And Christian Visconti made an impression at Talladega last season with all of his aggressive moves that he made late. He starts fourth. Then we have oh God, oh no.
What happened?
Oh, hold on. I gotta take a second to think of this one. Pravin Vijaykumar? Oh God. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Okay, Vijay Kumar. Vijay Kumar is going to be starting at fifth with Aiden L. Walker. Made a big impression. Maybe. He made a big impression at the Clash last weekend with a great run trying to hunt down Hyder for the Clash victory. Moving on to row 4, we got Nico Servideo in 7th place with Jacob Locklear in 8th. Diego Roldan, two-time champion, starts at 9th with Daniel Bonding alongside. Then we have Andy McDowell starting at 11th, Elijah Innes in 12th, followed by Jason Gallagher 13th, Brandon Morris in 14th. Hunter M. Collier is back in 15th, along with Gabe Cazzola in 16th. Then we got Connor Berkey in 17th, Jordan Herring in 18th, followed by Tyler Lars in 19th, and Robert Eichelberry rounding out the top 20. Then we got Richard Cherry in 21st, Connor Bullhides in 22nd, Kyle Camper in 23rd, and Miles Davis in 24th. Followed by Brandon Bastra in 25th, Brandon Sampson in 26th. Then it's going to be Zachary Spain, 27th, Quinby Dembit in 28th, George Tolsma 29th, and Hank Howard in 30th. And that's going to round out the 30-car field here. It is going to be, I believe, 40 make the show. So 19 drivers will be making the field, unless Hyder doesn't finish within the top 19, in which case it will be the 18 top drivers, followed by Hyder wherever he finishes.
Surprised you got through most of that without butchering names.
Dude, I did. I was either I was close to, or I did.
He's gonna ignore the Jackamar? Come on.
Oh God, that one's Hudson got booted. Hudson got booted because he was really bad. Like, he wrecked himself like 3 times. He was awful. He got him out of there quick. Anyway, 15 laps is going to be the distance. So much action in so little time. It's going to be overwhelming with what we're going to be seeing here on the track. The first of 2 duels for the ASCA 500. Let's do it. Green flags in the air.
Everybody's saying good for right now. The top 3 cars separating a little bit, but it looks like the bottom line is going to get together early on.
Top lane charging back though already. New cars lined up there on the top. It's a little bit more spread out towards the back part of that top lane. The bottom lane is more organized throughout the whole line. So we'll see how the momentum goes.
Right now, on the bomb is the uprise duo of Chris Lilly and AJ Hyder. They've always worked together here in the duels to make sure that they make the event. Hyder is locked, Chris is not. But right now, Keola Hank is pulling away with the most aggressive pusher in the series, Christian Visconti, shoving Keola Hankins to the lead.
Hankins goes down to the bottom. Visconti will now take that role as the leader of the high lane, as Diego Roldan also went up to the high lane as they try to gain some momentum as they complete lap number 1.
Side by side coming across. Wow, they just disappeared. Side by side coming across the straight to the 72. I believe they had lap 1. Hopefully it's still mostly equal towards the part. Alright, suck at this.
Oh no, Christian Visconti! Going around in front of the pack! That's everybody. That is the entire field crashing in turn 2. That was the result of netcode between Christian Visconti and I believe either AJ Hyder or Keola Hankins.
The 80's involved, the 93's involved, the 84, the 99, 43. Almost everyone in the top lane got caught up in that accident.
Well, let's take another look at it here. So let's see. I believe this is netcode with Keola Hankins. Down into turn 1. Either that or very slight contact that led to netcode, causing Visconti to go around in front of the entire field. Aiden Walker's involved. Look at the 43 up in the air. Eichelberry's in it. Jason Gallagher's involved.
You know what's crazy, Gavin? It's like the bottom line was almost completely unscathed. If you were in that top line, you were all but screwed. But besides the 11 of Nico Servito, everyone was pretty much unscathed on that bottom line.
You got that right. I mean, the entire back half of the pack on this, just because people just weren't slowing down. And that took out a lot of good cars. Jason Gallagher is one that got involved in that. Unfortunately for him, his chances of making the ASCA 500 are very slim. Elijah Innes involved as well.
Just unfortunate seeing a bunch of good cars get junked early on in this heat race. I mean, there's no reason to be hanging on each other's doors like this, and then when the crash does happen, there's no need to just try and full throttle your way through it. There's many more laps to go. It's just so uncalled for. I don't get it.
Well, keep in mind, this is also a 15-lap race, so not a lot of time. I mean, we're on lap 3 or 4 right now, so that's already a fifth of the race done. And also, this is a brand new car that these guys have to get used to with the Xfinity car. I'm sure a lot of them do have experience with the Xfinity car, just in iRacing in general, but you don't know that, especially with just only a 15-lap run to get into the race. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand why some guys were getting aggressive early on.
Yeah, Aiden Walker's trying to make it work, but he's in the infield right now with a blown motor. His chances for the rookie are up in smoke, literally. He will not make the ASCA 500 at this rate. Only 11 cars got through that accident. We started this race with 30. 2/3 of the field got involved in that accident on lap 3.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I kind of understand where you're coming from, Almighty, but like, I don't get it. It's for second place, you know. I would have maybe understood if it was for the transfer spot. Second place. Obviously a little bit of netcode involved there, but we just could have waited it out a little bit longer.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, it could also be a thing too where, you know, again, you know, they're just trying to learn this car and, you know, just really just trying to test the limits, you know, as to what can they get away with this Xfinity car. Because with the Xfinity back bumper, it's so much lower than the Gen 4, where you can get away with a much bigger push compared to the Gen 4 car. So that could be another thing too.
Yeah, bump drafting going to be a big change this year on the plate tracks. You didn't see that a lot last year. You couldn't really do it without turning somebody. So it's going to take a big use for some of these people.
And this wreck was a big blessing for a lot of these guys. The guys that made it through here are going to have such a big advantage when it comes to these restarts. They will be able to pull away from the rest of the guys that right now have damage. So Keola Hankins right now leading. AJ Hyder in second. Remember, he has a provisional. Does not matter where he finishes. He will be in the show tonight to go for his first ASCA 500 crown. His teammate Chris Lilly right behind. Then we have the man himself, Pravin Vijay Kumar. I'm going to get used to that at some point, especially if we keep seeing him up front here tonight. He's right now in 4th, followed by Zervidio in 5th. Daniel Botting has found himself after starting near the rear of the field in 6th. Andy McDowell is in 7th after missing the show last season. And Connor Berkey, that's Agent everybody, in 8th place right now as we're doubling up for the restart.
So, I imagine that everyone's going to be a little more tame this time compared to what we saw last time, but I mean, we're going to go back green with about 9 laps to go, so you got to imagine that the aggression is going to come back in just a few laps.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially now that like a good chunk of the field either has damage or you know, is just in a position where they have to go, I mean, yeah, you're going to be seeing the intensity go up even higher after a wreck like that.
So, Levi, what would you do in this situation right here? You got about 9 laps to go. Let's say you're around one of the guys in the mid-pack. Let's say you're that 15 or 27 car. You're someone trying to get to that provisional. Not a lot of time left, but you saw what happened early on with the big wreck. Do you take it conservative for a few laps, or do you just say, I don't got a lot of time, I got to make something happen now?
I think you got to play it a little bit conservative until around 5 to go. I think there's still quite a bit left in this race. Still 10 to go. It's a little bit of a short time, but I think you don't want to try and be aggressive here with 10 to go and end up wrecking yourself and taking yourself out before we even get to 5 to go. So I think right now, if you're around that spot, you kind of have to play it conservative and just wait for everything to play out.
Well, let me ask you.
There, go ahead.
I was going to say, now I was going to ask you another thing. Compared to the Gen 4 car, can the Xfinity car, do you have a little more wiggle room to work your way around the field, or it's kind of just, maybe that's another reason why these guys are so aggressive, is the car kind of in a gridlock where you can't really move too much?
It's definitely, you can move around a lot more than last year. I know that for sure. No gridlock, so it's going to be a lot more easier to make moves and work up through the field, so it's going to be a lot more of a chaotic race, that's for sure.
So I'll tell you guys this right now as we're coming back green, only 18 cars are taking the green flag right now. It's a battle on pit road on who can fix their damage the quickest. We are back underway.
Hyder just abandoned on that top line as the 72 is going to lead the bottom, and it looks like he's going to go to the bottom as well, as everyone goes to the bottom line.
Single file throughout most of this lead pack. Only one car up there, that's the 31 car, as Keola Hankins leads with help from Chris Lilly and AJ Hyder behind, and I have no clue who the 60 car is.
That's going to be Vijay Kumar, the legend himself, and I'm not surprised that the guys up front are doing this. They know that they can lock in now by just settling down. In the back, though, it will be quite the opposite as these guys jostle for those last few transfer spots with beat-up race cars.
Only 2 drivers upstairs. That's Kyle Camper in the 44, and that's George Tolsma in the 25, who's falling way back into the pack. Camper holding on, trying to stay side by side with the 31 to Daniel Body, and he is holding his own, just trying to find a hole.
Yeah, everybody's single file.
Oh!
Look at it going down.
Early. See if he can get back on track cleanly.
That's their video in the 11. Going all the way to the rear. Bad news for the 11.
That's going to allow the 15. That is Connor Bullhis. He's going to go to the high side as well. We kind of have a couple pockets here in this single file. The top 3 separated themselves for about a car length, but the rest of the field starting to close in.
It's choo-choo racing now. Not a single car on that top lane trying to make their own up there. Turned into the 2021 500. You hate to see it.
Right now is no fighting right now. No double file action in the pack. Everybody trying to make something happen. Everyone trying to secure their shot at the ASCA 500 later tonight as Brandon Sampson puts in the fastest lap of the race.
Well, I'll tell you what, Levi. I think they listened to you when you said take it conservative till around 5 laps to go. We're 2 laps away from that coveted 5-lap mark. So let's see what they do for these next 2 laps.
And right now, if you're in this main pack, there's no point in making a move. I'm all the way back here to Visconti, and he's in 16th. This whole pack is locked into the ASCA 500 right now. There's no need to make anything happen unless you just want to get a better starting spot.
You got that right. And as we're coming up to 7 laps to go, Armani, I have to ask, do you think that they're going to start making moves late?
I mean, if you're locked into the ASCA 500, like, Levi just said, there really is no point. You might as well just ride it out. And if the Xfinity car is going to be as mobile as Levi says it is, then starting position probably isn't going to matter as much as, let's say, the Gen 4 car. So you might see a few guys make some moves here and there just to make the race more interesting, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ended the single file. But this is ASCA, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't think they'll end at single file. I definitely think you'll see a move, at least for this race. Win's a win, so I think we'll see Chris Lilly and Hyder go somewhere and try to make something happen in these last few laps.
Right now, if my math is correct, and if I have all the rules understanding, the 11 car Servideo, he is in the show. He is about 10 seconds back from this pack after the trouble that he had down the front straightaway There is no one around him right now. He is locked in as the final car. So as Levi said earlier, everybody in this pack right now is a guaranteed spot in the ASCA 500.
Well, Kyle Cramper just made a move on Daniel Botting to move up a spot. Botting drops back to 8th. He does not have a lot of speed in that 31 car, losing the pack ever so slightly. But I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Lilly made a move. Went winless last year, needs some momentum. And what better momentum to start the year than getting at least a dual win?
He has went winless in the ASCA Cup Series since Season 4 Indianapolis. It's been a long time for the two-time champion. He's won a lot of D2 races, has won a lot of truck races in that time, but has never went back to Cup Series victory lane. A Duel would absolutely turn around what was a pretty poor season, all things considered, when he couldn't keep up with the likes of Hyder, Trafari, and Thurston. He's looking to turn things around here with just a few laps to go.
Especially ending on that low note with the DNF at Homestead, or at least finishing a couple laps down and off the pace. He just blinked out for me.
Ignore that. Yeah, he just blinked out for me too. So Levi, I don't know if you noticed this, but the field is pretty spread out. They're starting to come together. Are they just backing off to try to generate some momentum for a few laps? And that's why we're seeing kind of this separation of about 1 to even some extent 2 car lengths between some of the pack?
I really don't know. I've never seen this before, but I think it might have something to do with damage, maybe. Because, I mean, a lot of cars were junked in that, so maybe it has something to do with damage. Maybe they're just holding it back and riding around. But you see Hyder and them getting out very far from the 60 car. They got a big lead there. Wow. Chris is yet to reconnect, so I think there's a bigger issue going down there.
Yeah, Kirsten's dropped out.
Yeah, it's lost upload packet lost, whatever that's called. That's not good. We were just talking about how he needed something. They're trying to get this top lane going. The looks of it.
Yeah, you got the 20 car and the 44. That is Kyle Cramper pushing the 20 of Andy McDowell, trying to get something going here for this high line. And now you got another car going to the top as well as he moves up from the 4th spot. He'll lead the top line as Cramper moves back to the bottom.
They've got a little bit of a run, but what could really help is help from that 31 car, but I think there's something wrong with that 31 car. He's slowly losing this field and seems to just be off the pace. He's been losing time in the pack for quite some time now. And Hyder jumps up there. Oh, 3 wide.
Ooh, in the white car, he gets out. He basically gets off to dry. No one on that 3rd lane as they are 3 wide. That is the 39 car. That is, I'll tell you right now, Brandon Sampson. And now that goes to 2 wide. He's going to fall to the 3rd spot in that top line. But AJ Hyder, he's rocketing towards the top spot on the high side.
He's got help from that 20 car. He's clear. The 20's not clear yet, but that bottom lane's got no help. This is all top lane as they're going to slide into the bottom. Now it's only 2 cars on the top. They're probably going to drop back.
2 laps to go here. 2 laps ago in duel number 1. Right now it's the 39 of Sampson and the 44 Cramper trying to make that top line work. You have the 20 and the 24 giving assistance, but then they said, thank you, I'll go back to the bottom with the 1-2 spot.
Yeah, looks like they're just riding around again. See if this 44 and 39 can get a run. 44 is going to slot. No, it looked like he was going to slot back in line as the 15 and a couple other guys have a run. 72 gets out of line. He's making a move.
And Andy McDowell making a move. He's going to try to go for Hyder. White flag in the air for duel number 1.
Side by side. 20 car into the race lead. The 72 pushing him with help from the 60. They get back down to the bottom. Hyder now slots into 3rd as the top lane disappears once again.
Privan goes upstairs. Cramper following suit, staying on that top line. We got a lap car. Is going to make things interesting. 3 wide. AJ Hyder now going out of line. He moves up to the top spot, trying to retake the lead.
He's got no help. He's having a side draft to try and stay up in this pack. And it doesn't look like he's going to get help from anybody. No one close. They stay single file. The 72 pushing the 20 as they come off 4. The 72. Oh, they blocked.
Andy McDowell with a big block on the 72. Here they come across the tri-oval. Checkered flag is in the air. Andy McDowell as they're spinning behind them. The 39 saves it, but McDowell will win duel number 1.
And they are dying after the race. Kind of hard to get excited for that finish there, wasn't it?
And I am back. I let you guys do your thing. Andy McDowell, after missing the show last season, is going to win his duel. He will be starting from 3rd position, trying to make up for the heartbreak 5 years ago when he finished 2nd by inches in the first ever ASCA 500. Andy McDowell getting it done in Duel 1.
And Chris Lilly is going to miss the race tonight. He finished 20th after losing upload. Going to miss it. That's unfortunate. Gabe just barely going to make it. 2 laps down. Diego Roldan going to miss it, finishing 12 laps down after getting taken out in that crash.
Well, let's take a look at the results very quickly before we go ahead and move on to Duel 2, which should be starting right about now. So, here are the results from Heat 1. We're going to go through them very quickly here. Very quickly. There it is right there. Andy McDowell wins. Hakens in 2nd. Sampson 3rd. Collier 4th. AJ Hyder in. Vijayakumar is in 6th. Camper in 7th. Ballheis in 8th. Cheery in 9th. Tyler Lars in 10th. Going to outside our top 10, Daniel Botting, George Tolsma, Visconti, Berkey, Davis, Spain, Morris, Servideo, and Gabe Cazzola will be the 19 drivers, and Chris Lilly out by 1 position. He will not be making the show here tonight.
That's unfortunate. We were talking about just right before he lost upload how he needed something to go right after that terrible season. Not terrible, not great season last year. And that's how he's going to start the year. Not off to the right track already.
Well, let's go through our Heat 2 starting lineup now to decide the 40-car field for the 8th annual ASCA 500. Abe Troxell will be starting from pole position, with Sartaj Mann starting in 2nd. Then we got Caden Reif in 3rd, Jason Marshall in 4th, TJ Campbell in 5th, followed by Owen Chabinski in 6th. Moving up to row 4, we got Landon Warren and Jacob Mitchell, followed by Ryan Kempton and Micah Walls. Then it's going to be Dylan Fox and Clinton McDonald in row 6. In row 7, we got Dimitri Mundros and Aiden Smith, followed by Chauncey Henry Jr. and Bradley Sawinski. Then it's going to be Aiden Roberson and Ronan Suarez, followed by Jeremiah Brooks and Emily Callison. Going outside the top 20, we got Michael Biteblock Steinbach, followed by Garrett White. That's going to be Preston Cope and Jason Samito. Finally, we got Ryan Bogey and Brian Navarrete, followed by David Brunson and Bryce Bunnell. And finally, in our final row, we got Amir Bascom and Kingsley Nwoko.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, because I know this David Brunson guy. You are butchering his last name.
What?
Brunson's last name's Brunson, not whatever you said.
What did I say?
You said, like, Brunson.
Did I say Brunson?
It sounded like it. Maybe I heard it wrong.
Well, here's the deal. I'm also rushing through it, so maybe you just misheard me.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Duel 1 really quickly. You got some big names out of the race. Chris Lilly, Diego Roldan, 2 past champions, and Jason Gallagher as well, who had a lot of speed last year. It's going to make things really interesting for the ASCA 500.
Absolutely. But with that, it's time for 15 more laps of action to decide the 40 drivers that will be competing for the 8th annual ASCA 500. Troxell and Mann will be bringing up to the green, and we're underway for heat number 2.
Each line's trying to get organized for now. Looks like the top lane's going to have the advantage as they slowly inch closer and closer past the bottom going into turn number 1.
As they equal out in the middle of 1 and 2. 64 on the bottom with help from the 97, and the 49 on the top with help from the 3. Side by side down the back straightaway. Owen Travinsky in 3rd, and that whoever that 06 is.
That's going to be TJ Campbell in the 06, giving a push. Down the back straightaway, Mann up ahead. Troxell trying to stay and push, but Caden Reif's not giving the pushes he needs. As I say that, Caden Reif comes back to a push to Troxell.
Bottom line looks more organized right now as they slowly inch closer and closer, ready to complete lap number 1. It's going to be side by side. Who's going to lead the lap? Looks like it's going to be the top line, but the bottom line just a few inches behind.
Yeah, that 49 lap number 1 is he gets a good push out from that top lane. 64 battling back with help from the 97. We're still double file throughout the entire field. We already made it longer than 2-1, so that's good.
Down the back straightaway, a close call. Caden Ray for the bad bump to Troxel. Everyone keeps it straight, but that's going to give Man an opportunity with a push from Marshall down the back straightaway.
Not getting out to an even bigger lead right now. He's going to clear to the bottom lane, and the 3 car will now lead the top with help from Owen Travinsky, one of the world's drivers ever.
OJ now pushing the leader of that top line. That is
Oh.
that number 3 car. That is Jason and Marshall. The bottom line looking a lot more organized and a lot more speed as Man completes this lap.
Oh man, Travinsky already pushing to get him a little bit squirrely from the looks of it, exiting that tri-oval.
Right now, it's Sartaj Man on the bottom. Troxel pushing behind. Marshall leading the top, but Owen Chabinski is not giving the pushes that Marshall needs to come up to the front. Every time he hits him, he gets him squirrely.
I think OJ is also trying to get a little bit of momentum from the guys behind him. The night, I believe that's a 37 and the 89. You know, they haven't really been connected as they should, and that has really caused the top line to struggle compared to the bottom.
This whole top line just doesn't look great right now. They all look kind of squirrely and all over the place. None of the pushes look like they're connected real well, and they cannot get back out front like they could with the 49 up there.
Right now, 12 laps to go here in the second duel. Sartaj Man continues to lead on the bottom. As they said, that top is not as organized as the bottom. Not that it right now matters. Everyone up front is locked in. But towards the back of the pack, things are getting aggressive. Some 3-wide moves in the back of the pack.
Yeah, they're already fortunate at 3. Sorry.
Yeah, back up front, OJ gave a big push to Marshall, nearly put him side by side with the 49 car, but the bottom line continuing to have that momentum. That top line just needs a little more speed, and I think they can match with the leaders.
This guy up top, I don't know what this move is. It's not going to work, I don't think. He's going to get put to the back soon if they stay double file. He's going to get left out to dry, fall back probably even further than he already was, hurting himself.
Well, I don't know about that one. I mean, he's been side drafting the hell out of everyone in that middle lane. He's actually passed a few rows. That's Cope in the 16. And I think Bradley Sawinski's trying to join him on the top to make some 3-wide action happen.
We didn't really. Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't see 3-wide action in duel number 1. We're seeing it here. There's someone blinking. It's the 3rd car on the bottom line. He is blinking right now.
Did we have a crash?
Yeah,
Caution's out in the back of the pack. Big damage.
Bryce Brundle.
Navarrete in the 90 with big front end damage. It was in the back of the pack.
Aid Robertson.
Let's see if we have a clip. We do. Let's see. Let's see what happened going down into turn 3.
Oh, I see what happened.
Oh, hard in the wall goes Aiden Robertson. That's huge for one of our veterans. Oh, that was a bad push there from Jeremiah Brooks. I'll actually tell you what, Brooks got slammed by the 081 of Bryce Bunnell.
Yeah, that was just a bad push gone wrong with the bumper of Jeremiah, and it just stacked them all up, turned one of them around. Unfortunately, it collected quite a few cars.
Yeah, the 13's in it as well. That's Chauncey Henry.
Oh, Michael Steinbach just barely getting by. It's his first season.
Well, that is definitely a welcome to ASCA moment for him.
You guys are so disrespectful. That's an ASCA champion right there.
Yeah, on Roblox.
Yeah, he's our season 6. Yeah, he's our season 6 truck champion. Have some respect to his name.
All right, welcome to ASCA.
Hey, his fans are watching.
What, all 2 of them?
Yes, the 2-year-olds. They're all on here.
All the 5-year-olds from Rostock?
Yes, sir.
What you gotta
Have some respect on his name.
Yeah,
what if I don't want to?
You're a hater on me. Talking about my trash.
Yes, I am.
Line.
Yes, I am.
Tires
Levi, I will always be your biggest hater.
He's contractually obligated.
Because I love you, all right, Levi? Wait, Levi, how old are you?
15.
No!
What were you about to say?
God, this is the second time I've done this shit. God damn it!
Wait, Levi.
I'm 9 years older than you. What the fuck?
Well, you're fucking old, bro.
I feel old.
Well, it's okay, Gavin.
No, it's not! What are you, Noah Dagenhart?
Yeah.
No, it's okay, I'm a kid. It's okay. It's like, no, it's not.
Those who know.
Those who know. Those who know.
Noah Dagenhart asked.
Oh, if this is somebody's first broadcast, they're probably confused to all hell about what's going on.
If this is your first broadcast, just first of all, welcome to ASCA.
Welcome.
And no, this is what you will be getting
no.
for the next 20 weeks, or
I got
23,
some bad
25,
news.
counting the off weeks.
A couple of those two Michael Steinbach fans have turned on me. The Roblaxian Stock Car Racing League and Huggies Aviation already pissed off at me, saying I'm 12
Based
years
as fuck.
old.
Based. They should hate you more.
Wow, this has gone all wrong. This has gone all sorts of wrong for everybody.
You know, I'm really happy that Ryan Bogey's scheme is in here. Let's get a close up of this thing. Oh fuck! Oh hell yeah!
Oh boy. It's an unfortunate thing that Connor Donnery didn't make it in today with those duct tape numbers.
Oh really? He missed the show?
Yeah, I was in a voice call with him, and he thought the race was going to start 30 minutes after it was supposed to. Thought it went up at 8:30.
Hey Gavin,
Missed it by a lot.
_Hill or not? No,
Yeah,
Bandit,
I see that.
Yeah, he said hi.
Yeah, I see that. I see Greasy. He's trying to talk to me because I don't talk to him in calls. So he's trying to talk to me in the chat. Well, it ain't gonna work, Mister.
I don't think Gavin Graham likes anybody.
I don't. I'm actually a really big hater.
That's why you work at Circle K.
It is why I work at Circle K. You know,
Hey,
you know what? Look. If I have to say anything, all right. If you are a real man, if you're like a real man, you wake up, clock in, and die on the job, guys. You have to die on the job.
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that word. Oh,
what?
J-O-B.
Job?
Oh.
Job?
Oh, boy.
Job?
Oh no.
Well, as someone who used to work at a gas station all 6 years ago,
Well, we could
I can
fix that.
no, we can't.
Look, Armani, I'll give you an offer that you simply can't refuse.
And
You
what
can
is this
become
offer,
my
Gavin?
little butler. You can get me
Oh, but
coffee
you're
and sit in the corner
Really?
for
Really?
minimum
What's-
wage.
Really?
All you have to do is abandon all your friends and family and come into the
Right.
middle of buttfuck Chicago, Illinois.
Right,
See,
right?
You're just gonna become Gavin's little slave.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Boy.
Well, okay, I don't know about that.
Really? Like
That's
this?
no, wrong word.
Just like that. Come on.
Okay, as much as I would
Yeah.
like to talk about that, we do have a race to attend to. It's going to be Satosh Man and Marshall on the inside and outside for this restart as we come over to 7 laps to go in the heat. What kind of action will occur? Let's find out.
I'm worried that you're scared to talk to that, but we roll into the restart zone. Green flags back out.
And a huge shot from Aiden Smith to the back of the 06 as they come across the start-finish line.
That might help the top line just a little bit, but Owen Chabinsky and the rest of the top line getting really squirrely as Mon comes back to the bottom.
I think we're going to see a big crash here. I think you're going to. It's go time now. We're pretty much coming to inside 5 to go, and there's still a lot of cars left in this race with no damage, so I'd expect it to get real aggressive here in the back soon. We already saw them trying to get 3 wide earlier, and then they crashed, so I'd expect the same thing here.
Yeah, but now it's go time. I mean, it's just time to go at this point. If you're in the back, you gotta start making some aggressive moves, start making it 3 wide, start giving some hard pushes, try to find any way to put yourself in a better position in the coming laps. Here we go, 6 laps to go. Mon continues to lead.
Top lanes still don't look great.
Toxwell still giving a push to Mon on that bottom. That's all he needs right now. I think he's trying to clear that 3 car of Marshall, but Owen Chabinsky not allowing that. But now the top line actually gets separated just a little bit, and that should allow the 64 to actually get up to the top if he chooses to. So far, he stays on the back bumper.
It's just not working out for that top lane. Travinsky's not giving the pushes that 3 car that he knew. The 64 gets a little bit squirrely, but he's just not giving the pushes that 3 car that they need to try and get out front and challenge for this race lead.
Coming up to 5 laps to go, this time by still double file all the way to the transfer spot as people shuffle for positions with only a couple laps to go.
Marshall got a little bit of a push from Owen Chabinsky, but that top line needs some more work. They are too separated right now. Here comes that 37, trying to get to the back bumper of the 42 to no prevail as Mon is set sail for the dual win for now.
And in control for most of this race is led pretty much since lap number 2 as the top lane continues to slip back. Now, looks like they tried to get a third lane going to the back, thought twice about it, slipped back into 2 wide.
Right now, Dylan Fox with the transfer spot, trying to hold it back in the rear of the field. Caution down the speedway.
David Brunson's around. He's in the wall. I don't think it's too destroyed, though.
Yeah, Brunson with some more damage on the 65. This was near the back of the pack. Did he get loose? So he was on the bottom. I don't think he got tapped. I think he just genuinely just lost control of the car. The 75 had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he just jerked right, and but he jerked right, then left, hit the apron, and then came back up and turned himself.
Another close call for Michael Steinbach. More damage on the 7 car. That's not going to help his chances. But David Brunson in the wall once again.
Never seen such a skill issue in my life.
And he was running in the back too. So
I mean, that's. I don't even think I could pull that off.
You want to bet?
Oh, I do.
Gavin, should we take that bet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a pretty good chance that you'll end up winning it.
Top 19 make it in. Dylan Fox did a great job that last run of holding off everyone behind him. He holds on to the 19th and final spot. But as we're going to be coming back with 2 laps to go, any chance of being civil is going to go out the window here, guys. What can we expect on this final restart?
Chaos. But honestly, I kind of want to take that back now because the problem is that top line has not been able to get together like the bottom line. They're about half a car length to a car length apart, and that's not enough to generate the momentum they need to, really go after Sartaj Mon. So if the rest of this race had been any indication, I think it's going to come down to the 49 and the 64, whether the 64 can get out of line and if Mon can make that block or not.
I think it'll be relatively the same out front for the race lead, but I think further back for that transfer spot, I think we're going to see a little bit of, jostling around, whatever the word is, for position. It's just a little bit more moves going on back there, maybe even a crash, so see what happens here on this restart. Is it 2 to green yet? Hope so. King, Gavin Graham just disappeared.
I did not disappear. I'm looking at my phone.
Wow.
I'm making sure the stream looks nice and pretty.
I have it up on my monitor. It looks alright.
I got it up on my phone. I love ASCA.
The day that I figure out how to make that slight blurriness go away is the day that my life will be happy and fulfilled.
Well, you're not allowed to be happy or fulfilled.
You're right. And one thing I've learned about Circle K, guys, when you get jobs, the first thing that you will learn is that you're not allowed to be happy. You are not allowed. Okay, so we have someone in chat saying, why are all the cars fucking blank? Okay, so fun fact, if you go to the Trading Paints Twitter account, I know, I'm asking you to do devil's work right now. Trading Paints is down. Because, of course, they waited until the ASCA 500 to have issues. So, yeah.
I don't know if I can say what I want to say about Twitter on the screen.
I don't think you are. I don't think you should say it. I'm afraid of what you'll say.
Good idea.
It just has something to do with a painter. And
Yeah,
Twitter
Circle K plug. So, yep, this race is sponsored by Circle K. a 99-cent Polar Pop, any size. You can also get any chocolate bar, share size, for $2 along with that, and there is no limit to it. You can get $2 chocolate bars as long as you get one Polar Pop. Only at Circle K's nationwide. Make sure you use your Inner Circle rewards to get yourself some extra dollars off on your gas, up to 20 cents off a gallon for 20 gallons of gas once a week with your Inner Circle rewards program. Circle K, where we make it easy and take it easy.
I'll keep that in mind for 4 days later when I get my permit. I gotta get gas.
You gotta go over to Circle K.
I'll keep that in mind.
Gavin, do you work at Circle K because it describes your sexuality? What the hell does that even mean? What are you trying to call me?
Gay?
Maybe.
I've never heard of that one. That's wow. Oh, we got third place.
Wait, guys. Is that the Connor Trafari in the live stream chat?
No, it's Osama bin Laden. Bottom of.
That's the RNRS Season 4 champion, for those who know.
All right. All the fun, all the giggles, all the tomfoolery is all come to this. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout to decide the 19 drivers that will advance from heat number 2. So Tajman is trying to make it history here, trying to win his first duel in his young ASCA career. Abe Troxel on the outside. TJ Campbell behind him, followed by Marshall in 4th. Then it's going to be 2 veterans in row 3 with Aiden Smith and Owen Chabinsky. Let's see how things roll on this final restart. Coming to the restart zone, green flag is back in the air.
And that top lane's not rolling already. The 16 trying to force it in. There was a hole there to get into. 46 going up to the top lane. Maybe him and the 64 have something together this race. They want to work. Nope, he's going back bottom now.
It looked like Troxwell spun the tires a little bit, but actually Marshall, he's going to give a big shove to him. Coming out of turn number 2, Mon is going to get another shove himself from the 06 machine as they go side by side here.
And all I have to say is, well, Owen Travinsky's not the pusher in that top lane. It's finally working. Who could have guessed?
I certainly couldn't have guessed that even if I had a gun to my head. As we go down into turn 3 for hopefully the second to last time. Mon continues to lead. How about TJ Campbell in 2nd place? He has an opportunity to win this duel. As we're coming up to the white flag, can we make it? We're almost there, and yes, white flag is in the air here in the ASCA duel.
TJ Campbell pushing Sartaj Mon into turn number 1, but the top line is not out of it yet as Troxwell is getting a big push from Marshall.
Top lane not organized at 49 and 06, still out front as they reckon the back, staying back around. He's not going to make the race as they continue pushing for this race lead. Will the 06 try and make a move?
And look at that, Troxel being blocked. Sideways goes Marshall into turn 3. Everyone jostling for positions last minute.
Is TJ Campbell going to make the move? No, Aiden Smith looks like he's going to make the move in that 89 car. Here they come to the checkered flag. Sartaj Mon blocking the bottom, blocking the top. Crash behind him, and Mon comes on top.
And they junk all of them behind.
Everyone's in it. Top 19 make it in. And we're going to wait for the order to come in to find out who it's going to be. I believe Bascom was the last one to make it in 19th place. Big name there, Michael Walls, driver that was contending for the win late at the Clash last weekend, out by 1 position.
Who loves ASCA?
It's very unfortunate for Michael Steinbach. He didn't even get a shot there. He got just turned completely round going off turn 2.
Let's take a look at the results. Mon with the victory. Campbell 2nd. Aiden Smith 3rd. McDonald 4th. Marshall 5th. Troxel 6th. Callison in 7th. Chabinsky 8th. Garrett A. White 9th. And Cope in 10th. Going out to the rest of the top 20, we got Samito, Kempton, Mitchell, Fox, Warren, Bogey, Sawinski, Moondros, and Bascom was the last one to make it in. Michael Walls misses out, along with Suarez, Brunson, Navarrete, Steinbach, Brooks, Robertson, Henry, Bunnell, Rife, and Nquo.
Some more big names. Brooks, Robertson out of this. It's going to be a really interesting ASCA 500. You got a decent amount of names that are out of this race and are not going to compete for the ASCA 500.
And I hate to bring it up, but I hate to bring up my gambling addiction, but man, David Brunson, what the hell? You just lost me $1. Come on.
I hate to bring up the gambling edition, but I put all my life savings on you, boy.
Right now, they have to do the awkward thing where they have to DQ everyone that didn't make the show while we have this, well...
Pace car.
Yeah, pace car's right now on the track.
So does Chris Lilly have to basically DQ himself?
Yep.
Maybe. I'm very confused what's going on, actually, because it says it's the feature, but,
Pace car's just running hot laps.
Yeah, pace car's just running around the track here. I'm kind of curious what's going on here, but I'm sure they have it figured out. At least I hope.
We got one of those situations. One of the fans is still in the pace car.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you gotta do something while we wait for the DQs to get in.
I bet it was rolled on. I bet it was him.
What?
Diego. It was Diego. He's in the pace car. He took it.
Ah, I can see it.
Yeah, of course you can see it.
Maybe it's Chris Lilly. I mean, he was a pace car the last time.
He was the pace car the last time. I'm also curious.
Green, green, green.
Well, okay, well now we're green. No
Boogity,
idea what's
boogity,
going on.
boogity.
Biggity, biggity, biggity. Let's go.
Oh man, they're 5 wide for the race lead. This is so crazy.
We got the big one going into turn number 1.
Oh man, they're crashing. They're in the grandstand.
Oh, he turned him.
Oh, it's the sport ender. Someone's dead. Oh man. We got the NR 2003 glitch where all the cars are the pace car. What is going on?
Well, this is very interesting.
All right, well, it looks like they're creating a new section. So that's
fantastic.
Great.
All right.
Well,
okay.
We will be
Great
right back
job,
then
everybody.
when Chris figures out how to run his own stuff. We'll be back.
Whoa.
Hold on, I have to unpause the stream. Your last name is not Copy.
I really should have.
It is not Copy. No, it's not. It's
What
Cope.
did I come back to?
No, Preston Cope. Apparently, No, it's not Copy or Copay. It's Cope, like a normal person. Hi guys, Abe Troxel here. My name is pronounced Troxel. Where's the E?
What is happening?
No, they're fucking with me. No, it's not. That is Troxel. That is how you spell it. That is how you spell it.
What?
It is not Troxel. No, it's not.
Okay, what did I just come back
No,
to?
these guys, they do this every year. They do this every year. They do this every year where they're coming in here and they're saying, my last name is not Lincoln. It's blah, 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 blah. No, it's not. No, it's not. Dude,
Please.
dude.
No, so
Dude, listen to me.
I
No,
come back
listen.
to take
Is
a
it
piss, this
actually?
is what I
Be
come
so
back to.
serious with me. Is it Taroxel? And if it is Taroxel, if it's Taroxel, then where's the E? Where's the E? Where's the E?
I love ASCA.
Taroxel? I'm gonna fucking, oh my god, I'm gonna eat, dude, I'm gonna eat something.
Connor
Oh my
Murphy,
god.
Connor Murphy, I didn't see you.
The way that I'm about to get so fat.
You'll be like Chris Lilly.
My last name is not Waters. It's Waters. What the hell? Who even are you? I don't know who you are.
Who
Waters.
are you arguing with?
Hey, Waters, how you doing?
What is going on?
Okay, let me calm down. Let me calm down. Now,
Preston,
Preston, it's Cope. It's not Copy. No, it's not. It's not Copay. It's not Copy. It's Cope. It is Cope. Because that is how a normal person says the word C-O-P-E. That is how it's pronounced. It is not Copy.
See, Gavin, this issue could all be prevented if Chris Lilly would make a channel. That
See,
would
here's the
actually
deal. We're not doing that because I told them that as a joke, and
See,
also
it'd be
you
great
get
if
out
we
of
could,
here.
like, send
Both of
audio
you.
clips.
Both of you. Both of you. Get out.
This is awesome. This
Copay?
is better than the
It's
race
pack time.
itself.
It's not. It's Cope. It's Cope. It's Cope. It's Cope.
Oh, here, they're here. So how about
It's
we
Cope.
just allow? Here, let's allow them to. Let's
It's
allow
Cope.
them to.
It's Cope.
Speak
Here.
for themselves.
No, hold on. Yeah, no, you get out of here. No. I'm not in the mood.
Bring them on.
Yeah, no,
Bring them on.
here.
Let them explain. Let them explain
Preston,
themselves.
Preston, get in here. We need to talk. So we need to talk.
Oh god, this the President's
How do
master
you?
race
No,
day.
it's Cope. It's Cope. It's Cope. No, it's not. It's Cope. It's Cope.
You fallen for a surface level race bait, bro.
It is Cope.
I love this. This
You
is
are
my
no.
favorite
He's
thing.
about to say something stupid. He's about to say that his last name isn't Cope. It's Dingling or some stupid shit.
It's
What is?
Copay?
Is it Copay?
No, it's not. It's Cope.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Now you get out of here. No, you out. I need to talk
Alright.
to Torexel or whatever the fuck.
All right,
Abe.
all right. So first off, you butchered it so bad.
Yes.
Troxel. It's Troxel.
Why were you saying it was Torexel? What?
It's because you gotta pronounce the tur in it like Troxel, but you say it
Troxel?
like these.
Troxel. Troxel. That's what I was saying.
No, I heard somebody say Troxel on the broadcast.
I didn't say Troxel. I said
Something
Troxel.
like that.
I think
Somebody
that's
said
Troxel?
Troxel on the broadcast.
Who said that?
Okay, Troxel. I can understand Troxel.
Yeah, Troxel.
Because you were making it sound like that there was an E in the middle of there. When there's no E.
No, it's like E and U, like they're interchangeable like sounds
All right.
for like that. So, but yeah, Troxel.
Troxel. Okay, perfect. Okay, that may... Okay. Oh my god, I got a burp. Holy shit.
Did I put
Dude.
it in my iRacing documents folder?
Man, Chris is taking forever to put this thing up.
Well, he just put a tweet out literally just now saying it's time.
A
so
tweet?
I'm assuming the session's back up.
Well, let's see. Let's see here.
I hope it goes in my iRacing documents. That's where I'm putting it.
Let's see.
George Tolstoy is saying he went from 39th to 12th.
Well, George,
believe
good
that.
for you. I'll give you a little something after this, all right? Just for your troubles.
Hey, yo, what?
He'll give you a blowjob and the back.
Well, I didn't
of
say
the-
that.
Hey, yo, what?
I didn't say that.
Specifically the back alley of an RV. And he'll give you a buffalo chicken slider afterwards.
I'm hungry.
So, I know a way that you can fix that.
Right.
So, I've been recently participating in this fun activity known as starving myself.
Right.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, the ideal feminine body is like skinny as hell, right? And that's what I'm trying to become. I'm trying to become a woman.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and my way of doing that is by starving myself.
And what if I don't want to be a woman?
Well, that just sucks. What do you want to be, a man? You can't be a man.
A shopping cart.
I'm not
Back
going to
then-
be. I'm not going to be using Armani as a shopping cart.
You can
Well, you
use
could
me
push
in
me
like
around.
you
I'm
can
not
use
put-
me in
okay.
3 years.
I haven't met you in real life, but I'm pretty sure that you're like bigger than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
You're actually taller than me.
Well, that's
Oh,
fine. You probably are like girthier. Like you make up more space.
What do you mean by that?
Like
So
if
you're
I
taller
like,
than
like,
me?
like okay, if I were to put you like side by side with me, like it'd be, you know, you take up more space.
So what you're saying is that I have muscle and you don't.
Yes.
Well, you're probably right.
I'm always right.
So you know how like I'm like every race, known to man?
Yes.
Well, I'm also every job known to man because I'm also a certified personal trainer.
So you're my so when I asked you to become my personal butler at my gas station, that's real.
Could be. Also, the session's back up.
Fantastic.
Fan hawk to it.
Talk to her.
Oh my god, that's weird. Alright, I finally...
Connor, I'm not 5'2", but I have something that is 5'2". I'll keep the
Okay.
stream PG though.
What?
Yeah, I'm taller than both of you. And younger, so... You know my level bums. 40.
I am changing. Hold on, everybody. I gotta do something very important. Hold on.
You know, I'm 6'4", but I'm unfortunately the size of Jacob Mitchell, which is the size of a...
Are you really the size of Jacob Mitchell? Is that true?
No, more so like Chris Lilly.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Let's just say Caden's taller than me, and let's say Caden's taller than me, but yeah, I'm way girthier than him.
That's fantastic. I've always wanted to know.
I
that.
don't want...
I've always wanted to know
that
who the
word.
girthier, like which one was girthier, Caden or you? And now I know.
You have a competition for it.
I have a wide girth.
You are a very wide
Up top.
individual.
I have a wide up top girth.
Fantastic.
Whoa.
You don't know how happy that makes me, knowing that.
We haven't got to the bottom part yet. We're just talking about the top.
Hold on, how
Oh,
many
God.
viewers do we have right now watching this? Let's take a look.
26.
26.
Fantastic. I'm so happy that
Now
all
we
of you
got
are
30.
here.
I'll be right back.
Ooh, someone just threaded the needle.
Apparently, I've just gotten word
Right.
that apparently my grandfather is watching this
grandpa?
broadcast
Oh, your
And-
grandpa. Well,
and has been
welcome,
watching in disappointment this entire time.
Well, first of all, welcome, Grandpa Gavin.
No, like he heard all of it. Like me
Oh.
like yelling and screaming. Like he heard all that.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
And what has he said in response?
Well, I'm not too sure yet, nor do I want to find out.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, at the very least, he can believe me now when he says that I have friends. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
You know, throughout my whole life, I've always talked to people online, and you know, I've always wondered, has he ever believed that? Well, now I mean, Levi, we're friends, right?
I believe I died.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. You know what? I'm not even shocked. I knew he would do that. I knew he would do that. All right, so we're right now waiting on this to finish up. We have about a minute to go before we go and drop the green. And everyone just seems to be hanging out over here in turn 1 and 2.
Well, why is Aiden? Okay, so we're just pushing cars across the road course. All right, I see.
Fantastic.
Aiden's Aiden Smith. He's just pushing Brandon Morris into the wall. Driver's doing burnouts on pit road.
Man, how the hell do I get this camera thing to work? Never done it.
So, Priested Coupe said, Gavin, what do you mean?
Oh.
What do you mean you have friends?
You know, you're right. I apologize. I didn't mean to say that.
So, we got... Who's in the chat right now? Owen 001, Prieston Coupe, Connor Try-Fry. Oh, we're about to start the race.
All right, well, with that, now that we're done messing about, it is time to get started with the 8th annual ASCA 500. So let's get the starting lineup here on our screen. Please? Pretty please? Come on.
Nope.
Ticker breaking now too?
No, it's more of it because it's manual. There we go. We got it.
Is the name ASCA 500?
It is actually the ASCA 500, yes. Ethan Harrison on pole position for the 8th annual ASCA 500. It is second season of competition. Can he get it done? Connor Trafari, second in the championship last season, trying to get his first ASCA 500 triumph. That's going to be Andy McDowell starting second, followed by Sartaj Mon in fourth. Keola Hankins in fifth, followed by TJ Campbell in sixth. Then we got Brandon Sampson starting in row 4 along with Aiden Smith. Then Hunter M. Collier and Clinton McDonald. Then we have our defending champion AJ Hyder with Jason N. Marshall alongside. In row 7, we got Praveen Vijay. Oh my god, I have to pronounce that name again. Vijay Kumar in 13th, followed by Abe. Oh god. Troxell, Abe Troxell in 14th. Then it's gonna be, god damn it, Emily Callison in 15th, Connor Bolheis in 16th, Owen Chabinsky in 17th, followed by Richard Cheery in 18th. Starting in row 10, we got Garrett A. White and Tyler Lars, followed by Preston Cope and Daniel Botting. Then we got Jason Samito and George Tolsma in row 12. In row 13, we got Ryan Kempton and Christian Visconti. Jacob Mitchell and Connor Berkey make up row 14, followed by Dylan Fox and Miles Davis. In row 16, we got Landon Warren and Zachary Spain, followed by Ryan Bogey and Brandon Morris. Then it's going to be Bradley Sawinski and Nico Servideo. And in our final two rows, Dimitri Mundros, Gabe Cazzola, Amir Bascom, and Caden Reif round out the field for the 8th annual ASCA 500.
I was going to call you Abe Pterodactyl.
I think we're in.
Here we go, gentlemen. A new season of ASCA Racing is upon us. First year with the Xfinity car on iRacing. How is it going to get done? We're going to find out in just a few moments. Kick off this ASCA season.
Oh boy.
Oh, great. It did that right before they dropped the green. Of course it did. My fucking resolution died. Anyway, here we go.
Nice.
And getting set here for the 8th annual ASCA 500, we are green.
Looks like the 9 car got the advantage, Connor Trafari, but he's going to separate himself from the top line. That's going to allow Ethan Harrison and that bottom line to catch back up. And here comes Mon giving help to Trafari on the top side.
Are pretty much equal. Trafari getting help from the 49 as Ethan Harrison leads with help from the 20 car. Down the back, straight away for the first time today. So a little bit spread out the back.
As they go down the backstretch for the first time, Ethan Harrison leading on the bottom, Connor Trafari up top. Remember in last year's ASCA 500, Ethan Harrison was the most aggressive driver in the field. He was the cause of that final lap accident that took him and many drivers out of contention. We'll see what a year's difference has done towards his driving style. Connor Trafari with a surge on the outside as he leads the first lap of the ASCA 500.
Right now, it looks like the top line has a little more speed, but here comes that bottom, led by Ethan Harrison with a push from Andy McDowell.
Andy McDowell, Harrison, like you said, getting out there. The top lane loses a little bit of momentum through 3 and 4, and there
they go!
Crashing
So many cars
already.
involved. McDowell is in it. So many cars. The 98's involved. Caution is out.
And the terrorist Osama bin Trafari already back at it. We're crashing on lap 3 or 2, and of course it just had to be him. I mean, who else would it have been?
Man, that did not take long. Let's take a look at what happened there. Connor Trafari battling for the lead, and at some point in this, there was a bad push made. Let's see if we can figure out where it is. As they're coming out of turn 2, is there possibly netcode here? Yes, there was netcode between Andy McDowell and Connor Trafari. Same thing we saw in Duel 1 between the leaders. Netcode from dooring each other, causing contact, coming out of turn 2, up in the air. Goes Troxel down the back straightaway. Everyone going to the infield to make evasive action. But everybody, including McDowell, starts spinning down towards the infield. And down the backstretch, I mean, there goes McDowell getting hit. Troxel gets hit a few times. There's the 98 getting a piece as well. And everybody down the infield trying to scatter to avoid the carnage. A lot of close calls here. I think the majority of the field got through this.
Man, it's just unfortunate already. 2 laps into the legit season, 4 points, and we saw this in the duel too. A lot of netcode going on tonight. Apparently the iRacing servers have gotten even more screwed up since the last update. So
yeah,
a lot of netcode issues tonight with crashes. I wonder if that'll continue throughout the night.
I hope not.
Yeah, big stack up, and looking at Sartaj Mon, he got his back wheels up into the air. A big hit to the back of Trafari. Trafari, at least from the outside, doesn't look like he's got a lot of damage. Now, of course, we'll have to see when he goes and makes his repairs. But, I mean, yeah, that was just a bad break for Connor Trafari and the entire field. But thankfully, like you mentioned, Gavin, most of the field looks like they got through unscathed.
Yeah, seemingly everybody got through that, other than 2 or 3 guys maybe. Harrison still leads on with the 72. Hankins, we saw him up front in his duel. It's unfortunate to wreck this early. Maybe I understand it's netcode, but it's a 100-lap race, longer than last year.
So right now up front, you do got Ethan Harrison. Currently, I don't know if this is... No, I'm up to date, but right now Ethan Harrison, at least for me, he is scheduled in second. It says Connor Trafari scored as the leader. I'm not sure exactly why that is the case. Even though he's on pit road, so I don't know why Trafari, I don't know if that's a glitch or something, but he is scored, at least for me, as the leader.
I believe Trafari may have been through pit road or something and led that lap. I'm not too sure. I just saw him entering the pits.
I am not sure either. I mean, he's
That's
on
the
pit
only-
road right now.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of, because I have no idea why else. Crash
Yeah,
has to go back.
Well, ignoring that, it would be Ethan Harrison as the leader, able to, he was in front of the wreck. Then you got Keola Hankins, Brandon Sampson, TJ Campbell, and Aiden Smith rounding out the top 5. Then Hunter M. Collier, Owen Chabinski, AJ Hyder, Clinton McDonald, and Connor Bolius rounding out the top 10. Ball heist.
Yeah, I know.
We're just gonna butcher everyone's name today.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. We're doubly following up here for the restart. Lap 2 accident to start the ASCA 500.
Man, it's going to turn into the 2021 500. Can we get a signal file? Is that right? I doubt that.
Yeah, here we go. Now does Ethan back as the leader, and Trafari all the way going down here. He has scored in the 35th position. Terrible luck for Trafari.
Yeah, after starting so far up at the front, looking to have a good night, trying to get his first ever ASCA 500 crown, it doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight. We've seen Connor come back from a lot of disasters last season and in seasons past. I think this is one that he won't be able to overcome. We right now have already lost a few drivers. We've lost Mitchell. We've lost Trafari, who's out of the race. White as well, along with Hankins.
Man, I really didn't think Shafari's damage was that bad. I thought he could continue on, but...
As of right now, he's being called out of the race, along with Kazola. Collier, McDowell is out. But Jagakumar is out as well, along with Marshall, Mon, and Callison as well.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm worried about that top line. You can see that 06 of TJ Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
A big dent to that back bumper, and especially with someone like Chabinski, who has not been good at pushing all night long. Couple that with the damage of Campbell, I think this bottom line is going to have a feast on the 72.
Well, we'll see how this restart shakes up. If you're Hankins, which I apologize, I said Hankins was out of the race. I mistook him for someone else. Hankins is at the front of the field, but he doesn't have the help that he needs on that outside line. Watch out for Sampson and Harrison down on the bottom to make some noise and try to control this race. We're going to rip it again here on the restart. Ethan Harrison up and away with a fantastic run on the run.
Harrison gets a big jump. Right now, none of the lanes are really connected right now. You can see the 72 side by side with the 39 of Brandon Sampson. Here they come as they try to get together, going into turn number 1.
Top lane's completely disappeared. Bottom lane not connected right now at Travinsky, and like you said, the 06 already having trouble pushing each other. That's not going to help the 72 as they fall back. Bottom lane now connected after a pretty spread out restart from both lanes. Here comes the 39 to push the back bumper of the 77 as the 72 got a little bit squirrely there off the front nose of the 06.
Yeah, the pushes are getting aggressive here on this restart. They're trying to take control of this race. They know whichever line is able to get the advantage over the other is the run that everyone's going to go down to if that outside line becomes prevalent, as there goes Brandon Sampson up to the outside. He wants to lead some laps in the ASCA 500 as he tries to make the pass on Ethan Harrison.
Sampson's going to try to make the top line work for himself. Keola Hankins is the pusher. Will Sampson take the lead here and clear? Not quite yet, as Ethan Harrison, with a big push from the 89, gets side by side.
On the back, 39 getting a shot from that 72. Like you said, trying to make that move to get the race lead. 77 getting a push from the 89. I forgot half these guys' names.
And I'll tell you, Armani, you made that comment about TJ Campbell with all that damage. He has a bit of a dent on the front end of the car as well. He did not come down pit road under that last caution to fix that damage. Doesn't seem to be a big issue right now. He's still able to give some good arrow pushes to the back of the 72, but we need a little bit more because now you're seeing that the inside line's becoming dominant. AJ Hyder abandons the bottom, goes up to the top.
Hyder goes upstairs. He will lead that top line, but for how much longer? Right now, there's no room to go back to the bottom as you got the 39 of Sampson and the 72 of Hankins trying to make that top line work. You mentioned that Campbell is making it work kind of by himself with the damage. The problem is he isn't able to make the push and is really just compromising the health of that top line.
Yeah, he's falling back. There's already a guy right back there. Only 3 cars on this top lane right now. Someone coming with a run to make it 4, but the 06 falling back. Look for him to get in line single file on the bottom, as it looks like a lot of these drivers are trying to do right now. That top lane's completely disappeared over these last 2 laps.
And Armani, tell the viewers really quickly, why are you seeing these guys get in single file right now? There's still a lot of opportunities to make passes on the racetrack. What's the strategy right now going through these drivers' heads as we come over to lap 10?
Well, Gavin, I will tell the viewers, if you're just joining us now as Hankins gets flushed out all the way to the outside line, everyone's getting a little bit squirrely, but we've had a lot of crashes in the duels. We had a early crash in duel number 1, duel number 2, we had a crash late, and of course we had the lap 2 crash here in the ASCA 500. So I think everyone is just trying to take care of themselves right now. You can even see that Hyder, he went all the way to the top, but he's now really trying to push the needle right now, and I think that's what you're seeing. Everyone's just trying to take care of themselves and at least get through at least a cycle of pit stops before we really get aggressive. But just as I'm saying that, we get a big push. AJ Hyder from Sampson nearly gets side by side with Aiden Smith in the 89 car, but he's going to fall back because, again, not a lot of cars to generate speed in that top line.
Still hanging in there relatively well. They've gotten about to around 3rd to 2nd on that bottom lane at 62. Jeep's getting a little bit up the track in that corner. I'm a little bit worried about that. If he'll come up and accidentally flip him, but that could. But kind of coming back. They're kind of holding in there still.
Yeah, that's Tyler Lars in the 62. And yeah, I mean, look at him right now. He is all over the place down the tri-oval. I'm wondering if he's on a controller or something and not on a traditional wheel, because, I mean, those are some ragged lines that he's running through the corners. Clearly the most unstable car in this pack at the moment.
I mean, that's not stopping him at all. He's going there to push that 89 of Aiden Smith, trying to get this bottom line going. But here comes AJ Hyder. Some momentum from the top line. He is almost side by side with Ethan Harrison going to turn number 3.
He won't have help.
Sampson gets shoved up the track. He is going to fall all the way to the back of this line. That is going to do no favors for AJ Hyder, who gets a big shove from the next car behind him. That is Christian Visconti in the 80.
And I was going to say, Christian Visconti is the most aggressive super speedway racer in the field. We just saw him make that move down the back straightaway, completely shoving that guy out of the way. That was the 39 of Brandon Sampson. He just shoved to the outside. Now, he's a lot more loyal towards someone like AJ Hyder, and I think that his pushes, you'll notice a much bigger difference. Here comes Hyder with a push from Christian Visconti on the outside, followed by Bradley Sawinski.
Talked about it earlier, how they were going to be tamed. Doesn't look like Visconti has other ideas. He's going to push Hyder to try to clear the 77 of Ethan Harrison. Not quite just yet. Ooh, a little bit squirrely from the 24.
Looked like he tried to clear it down, then realized he wasn't clear and backed out of it. Now they're back equal. He's going to have a little bit more help down this back straightaway. They've completely lost all their momentum. Fell back to 2nd. They'll see if they can get it back going down this back straightaway. Not connected right now as they enter 3-4.
I think that Hyder has a much better shot making this outside line work. I said that as Preston Cope gets split on the outside by the 60 car. That is Vijay Kumar, who got involved in that accident under the last caution. He is charged through the back of the field, back into the top 10. Vijay Kumar is looking really quick in that 60 car.
You got so many quality drivers in that top line. I think that's why it's working despite the lack of cars. Here comes Hyder now, side by side with Ethan Harrison going to turn number 1.
The 60 just got a big shove out of that 16 car. Almost hit the wall. Hyder side by side for the race lead. Let's see if he can take it back here like he did that a few laps ago. Still no push.
Right now,
straight away.
Right now, even here for the lead, Ethan Harrison, AJ Hyder, neither one of them can break through the other. Visconti giving good pushes to Hyder, Aiden Smith giving good pushes to Harrison, and nobody's able to get an advantage on the other. This is the racing that we're talking about here in the ASCA 500, just 14 laps in.
That top line needs a push from Bradley Sawinski. I think if they can get that, they can get the move done and clear Hyder. Because with the way Visconti is pushing that 24, you know that's what he wants. He wants to be the leader, not the pusher.
Problem with Sawinski is it seems like Sawinski, every time getting into that corner and exiting that corner, it looks like he's trying to find a way around that 80 car, just peeking his nose to the outside and not giving him a push. And I don't know why that is. It's kind of hurting his top lane's momentum. See, there he kind of does it again. He peeks to the outside, doesn't do anything.
AJ Hyder has a horrid streak at super speedways all the way back to his rookie year in Season 2 nearly 5 years ago. He has never won a super speedway race. The closest that he's ever gotten was last season's Talladega race where he got eked out at the end by Aiden Arevalo. Besides from that, he's almost wrecked in every single super speedway race, including last season's ASCA 500. The reason why he's trying to take control of this race now is to prevent that outcome from happening. And if you're Hyder, while you are confident with Visconti behind you, you also know the reputation that he has. You know that the moves that he can make. You know how aggressive he can be. You don't feel completely safe with Christian Visconti behind you, don't you?
Yeah, but Visconti's done a really nice job of keeping Hyder in tow with the leaders. I think that's going to continue because, like I said, Visconti, I think he wants to lead this outside line, but he's not going to get it unless he either shoves Hyder out of line or he clears the 24. But he knows how strong AJ Hyder is as a racer, and I don't think he wants to make an enemy with him early on.
If I'm Hyder, I don't think I'm really that worried about Visconti right now. He seems to be a little bit relaxed on the push, nothing too crazy right now. I'm more so worried about that 62 car. He's still kind of been all over the place. I'm a little bit worried if they stall that momentum and get beside him and he comes up and flips him and wrecks him a little bit.
As we go down into turn 3, ever since the oh, there it is!
Oh, there's the 62! Hold on!
Oh no, where we're going! We're wrecking!
Hard into the wall! Oh, he's up in the air. Everyone's slowing down. This is a lot of cars. Just talking about it. 62 just got swirly once more and they couldn't hold on again. Someone right there is crab walking.
Yeah, well, you were right, Levi. We were talking about Tyler Lars in the 62, just how unstable he was down in the corners. He was constantly going from top to bottom on that bottom line, and, well, it was only a matter of time before he hit somebody. And let's watch it right here. I mean, there's no one else to blame but himself for this one. Down into turn 3, he's going to hit the apron, ricochet back up the racetrack into Christian Visconti. Everyone checking up as the 62 attempts to save the car. The 94 is going to get a tag there from the 61. And that's just going to cause a hard hit there by Preston Culp into the fence. The 64 gets a piece. Owen Chabinski in the 42 gets a tag right there. The 50 gets a piece.
Only thing I could have seen that, I mean, 61 really couldn't do anything. There was such a big stack up there from that 62 car. 62 car just got up into the 80, like I said, and then, well, no, he hit the apron.
Yeah.
He drove down to the corner, hit the apron, bounced up off of it, held on to it, but it just caused such a stack up that there's really nothing you could do no matter how much it slowed down. Someone was going to get turned around there, and it just took out quite a few more cars. About 5 or 6, maybe.
Oh, Daniel Bodden got a piece as well.
Dang. I mean, you mentioned it, just the way he was squirrely from start to finish. I mean, Hudson Pollard said it best. It was only a matter of time before he lost it, and unfortunately, because he was on the bottom, it was going to take out most of the field, and just like that.
We have pit stops here on the pit lane. Bradley Sawinski comes off pit road first. He will have the race lead. I lied, actually. Oh, here we go. Well,
boy. Oh,
Bradley
no.
Sawinski was... I think Bradley Sawinski is still the leader. I think he beat George Tolsma out, but George Tolsma stays out on the racetrack. Are we shocked?
No.
Are we shocked?
Oh, man. This is not going to end well.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a super speedway. So if there's any place where his skill level will not be much of a factor when it comes to his pit strategy, it's going to be Daytona.
Well, if there's any time to try some wacky strategy, it would be this one.
Absolutely. And it's going to be interesting here. Ethan Harrison, first time today, he will not be leading a line on the restart. We'll see whether his patience that we saw in these first 20 laps of the ASCA 500 will prevail, or will we see him unlock some of that aggression we've seen from him in seasons past. It's going to be interesting to watch him go from third to the lead on this restart.
So, my question is, how good is Tolsma going to be leading this pack? Because he's going to be starting, looks like, on the top line. The top line was actually pretty solid, but that's because you got guys like Hyder, leading that charge. And you had guys like the 70, the 80, who were comfortable pushing someone like that. Now you got a Tolsma up there.
Well, now they're coming in. Here comes
coming
Sawinski.
down.
Yeah, Sawinski's coming back in. I guess he must have either missed his pit stall or he doesn't feel comfortable being at the front. George Tolsma will abandon the lead. And now, all that set up for nothing. Now it's going to be Ethan Harrison, Aiden Smith on the front row for this restart.
Damn it, George.
You got Zachary Spin there on the top.
Yeah, big shout out here to this second row here. But Jake Kumar was all the way at the rear on this last restart. He slowly but surely made his way through the field, got that 15-lap run, is now sitting at third of this restart. How about Zachary Spain? Zachary Spain had a horrid clash run. He got involved in 3 separate accidents throughout the night. He was running near the back. He really needed to come over here and change his impression that he left on the rest of the field after Phoenix. And he's right now sitting inside the top 5 with a clean race car. That's how you do it there for the rookie, Zachary Spain.
So Christian Visconti is going to be on that bottom line. And interesting also here, Hyder lost a lot of spots on pit road. You got to imagine, I don't know exactly what the strategy was, as I don't know what's going on with Buffin, but
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on
messing
with
around
him.
a little bit. That's the 60 of Jake Kumar.
Yeah,
messing
so
around.
here's my question. Like, did everyone, take 2 tires or fuel, or did Hyder take 4 tires, and he's the only one who took tires? Because he lost 6 spots on pit road. And before you guys answer that question, I do want to say, Preston Cope and Abe Troxell are out of the race, so we don't have to worry about butchering their names anymore.
Fantastic.
Risa Coupe and Abe Truxia.
We will be coming back to the green flag, this time by 20 laps through in the 8th annual ASCA 500. 2 veterans on our front row, Ethan Harrison and Aiden Smith. Both of these drivers are looking for their first career ASCA Cup Series victory. Will it come in our biggest race? Green flag is back in the air.
Another kind of unorganized start. They're kind of all spread out once more. Couple weird restarts so far today.
Yeah, but who's going to get their first? Aiden Smith. He's going to drop downstairs to that third line. Now that 6 car is going to be the leader up top. That is Zachary Spain, the rookie, like you mentioned. Right now, the first 4 cars are all single files. The 77, the 60, the 89, and Visconti. He's wasting no time. I mentioned it earlier. He wants to be the leader of the top. He just got his wish as a barrel into turn number 3.
And into 3, mostly single file on this bottom lane for the most part. Top lane with no momentum. Visconti even gets down into the bottom lane. Spain now leads the top lane with only about 5 or so cars up there that are kind of connected. As Hyder jumps up there, and now 77 will lead the first lap back green.
And look what's happening. Hyder goes to the top, and immediately everyone goes with him. That's the 60 of a Jake Kumar. From last to first on the outside, with a push from our defending champion, AJ Hyder, and Christian Visconti behind him. The outside line's going to launch to the front, coming out of turn 2.
Will he be able to clear the 77? We're about to find out. So far, he's clear, but will he travel downstairs to do so? Right now, Visconti is trying to clear Hyder himself, as Visconti, that's 60. He moves down to the bottom to clear Harrison.
Jake Kumar ended up clearing him. Hyder ended up not. Oh, he gets the little track a little bit. So they come to the stripe for Jack Kumar, whatever, is going to lead his first lap of the day.
Let's just go by the first name. It's easier. Pravin.
Ethan Harrison is getting aggressive with the back of a JQMR all over his back bumper down the front straightaway. That aggression has not went away from Ethan Harrison. He wants to lead as many laps as possible in the ASCA 500. And look at that last minute block to the outside to block AJ Hyder. Now he's got the momentum down the back straightaway, trying to take back the lead.
Ethan Harrison back to the top. Now Hyder and him are going to come downstairs. That nearly caused a big wreck, but they somehow made it work as Ethan Harrison and AJ Hyder, they were the 2 leaders up top. Now they're the 2 leaders on the bottom.
They got clear to that bottom lane, but almost wrecked each other. Got a little bit squirrely there. Held on to it, though. The most aggressive driver so far this race. Already back out front. That did not take long at all for Harrison and Hyder to get back control of this race.
And now what do you do if you're AJ Hyder? There's not a lot of help right now on the top. Christian Visconti is where he's want to be. Are you content with being on the bottom, settling down a little bit, maybe saving a little bit of gas? Or are you going to carry this run that Visconti's coming on the outside and try to take the lead?
I think he's trying to go for the lead with Visconti. They worked together well earlier in the race.
Well, does it look like that's happening right now? Is Hyder staying content in that second spot, which is under threat by Visconti, who leads that top charge with a push from the 35. That is Ryan Bogey.
Most of the Fortnite cars out there. Trying to get something going to get to this race lead and take it away from Harrison. Still Harrison, though, and they get a little bit of a bad push there.
Yeah, as they go down to turn 1, Ryan Bogey, remember, he made a name for himself last season for running through our leaders while trying to get his lap back at Charlotte. Trying to change his reputation here in the series with a good run at Daytona. Right now, he's not making friends with Visconti, though. He has been giving him bad bump after bad bump, seeing if he can turn it around here and try and make a search for the lead.
Well, with these kinds of bumps, the only thing he's going to turn around is Visconti, because he has gotten him sideways multiple times. But who is loving this is Ethan Harrison, because he's got nothing to worry about. But for how much longer? Here comes Visconti, side by side, completing this lap.
I don't think Visconti got it. You're talking about getting a couple cars sideways. That 60 car got real sideways. I thought he was going to crash there. 3 and 4. Visconti trying. Doesn't have the help. It's going to be Harrison still clear to the race lead as they exit turn 2.
I'm interested to see what Harrison does here. Does he try to block both lanes at once? Doesn't look like he's going to right now. He's very committed to that inside line. Seems to be willing to allow Visconti to go around the outside. They're going to be even going down to turn 3.
Now you got a blinker in the 28 in Bradley Sawinski. We've already seen netcode and issues with that be a problem at the beginning of this race. He's blinking again. That's going to be a huge problem for the rest of this field. I think those issues, along with the fact that AJ Hyder is your pusher, is why Ethan Harrison is so content with being on the bottom.
Yeah, still blanking out for me. Wonder if they'll get that issue fixed out before we get later in the day. Hyder jumps up to the top lane with Visconti. Harrison thought about it, didn't do it. He stays on the bottom.
And that's a huge shot to the 60 and to the lead. Goes AJ Hyder, a masterful move to the outside and back to the bottom. Switcheroo between Ethan Harrison and AJ Hyder.
I have a feeling Harrison's going to try and get back there as soon as possible if he can get clear to this top lane and get some help with Visconti.
Well, he's got to get clear of Visconti first. He's about to go side by side with him during this lap. Hyder now in complete control, but for how much longer? Ethan Harrison trying to give a big shove. He needs help from the back of him for Preval on the 60.
As they go down into turn 1, Hyder with the lead. Harrison now clear in second, but we see him make the move to the top. Yes, it is. There it is. Now back up to the top. Harrison wasting no time. Visconti now to the top, trying to split him.
Visconti making it 3 wide.
3 wide middle for the race lead. This Harrison, it did not work out, but I don't. It's not going to work out for either.
35 going with Visconti.
But it ain't going to work.
No, Visconti just hurt himself. I don't understand that move right there. Really, very aggressive, very early for no reason.
I don't think he got aggressive. I think he just got a bad shove from the 35, and it kind of got him loose. And at that point, he was just side by side.
What about that one? He's still trying to split him 3 wide.
That was intentional. That was
Yeah.
intentional.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Visconti. That's
think
what I've been
so.
talking about. He is the most aggressive driver here. He is willing to make moves that most drivers won't, even if there isn't a long-term gain. He just wants track position. He's been trying to get around Ethan Harrison, but Harrison stopped his assault every single time.
Ethan Harrison now with the top line more organized, getting a big push from Visconti. He's going to go side by side with AJ Hyder barreling through turns 3 and 4.
Hyder and Visconti's giving them a good enough push. They could get clear to the lead here through the tri-oval. We'll see if that happens, or will he try and force it 3 again? Nope, side by side. Harrison led the lap though, I believe.
Yeah, Harrison continues to lead the most laps of the day. Every time that he has lost control
clear
of
to
the
him.
lead, he has found a way back up to the front, and to the bottom goes Ethan Harrison once again. No one can stop that 77 right now as he takes back the lead.
I was going to say Hyder didn't really have much help as Pravin was a few car lengths behind. Now the bottom line has gotten more organized. And here comes Visconti with a hard charge with a push from the 35.
You know, I'm enjoying these two being out front. I think this is making it a very exciting race to watch. I'm glad it's not just single file, but at one point this move's going to backfire. It's going to get down to the end of these races, and someone's going to try that. They're not going to give like they are now. We're going to see the whole field get wrecked. So just a bit of a worry factor for the rest of the race.
I'm not
later in the
shocked.
race.
I would not be shocked, especially considering what happened in last season's ASCA 500. Ethan Harrison was in the same exact position he's in right now on the last lap into turn 3. One bad block that he made into 3 took out the entire field, allowed, I forgot his name. Oh my
Josh
goodness.
Harper.
Yeah, Josh Harper.
Harper.
Thank you. Josh Harper to win his first and only ASCA race in the ASCA 500. Ethan Harrison's probably keeping that in the memory bank for the end of this race, making sure he doesn't make that same mistake. But we already know what happens in high-pressure moments. The mistakes can build. You don't really think about what you do before you do it. And we'll see whether we see a repeat of what we saw last season at the checkered flag. Lap 30, we have passed just 2 laps ago. Ethan Harrison still out front. No one can challenge him.
Right now, you got a big push here from Bogey to Visconti. Visconti trying to make that top line work, but so far to no avail. My question is, when is AJ Hyder going to make a move to get the lead back?
I don't think he will. I think he'll stay in line for now until maybe he can get clear of Visconti. But for now, I think he'll just have to stay behind that 77. If he wants to, he can force something really close and door a couple guys. But there's just no point in going for that right now.
Yeah, right now I think Hyder's kind of in a trap situation. He could try to make it 3 wide, try to split both Ethan Harrison and Visconti through the middle, but I don't see much gain in that one unless he has a whole group of guys trying to follow through. I think that his best opportunity right now is just to relax, as I saw him give a huge shot to Ethan Harrison down to turn 1. Just relax, save a little bit of fuel, and try to get yourself set up for the pit stops that we have coming up here in a little bit. As I say that,
Hyder, he moves upstairs, trying to take it. You said he was content. He is not content at all, as he's going to get a shove from his friend, Visconti. Going to the top line now, side by side. Ethan Harrison downstairs, AJ Hyder upstairs, going through turns 3 and 4.
I don't know what you've been watching, but I don't think any of these guys are content. I think they're all trying to get to this race lead. Every time they lose it, it's been awesome to watch. A couple of close calls there with Hyder, a couple of swirly pushes as they force it 3 in the back.
Oh, we got 2 cars into the wall. That is the 28 and the 72. Both got into the wall. That is Bradley Sawinski and Kayla Hankins. Both in the wall, sliding down the pack and sliding down the order.
Thought he was going to clip that 54 there for a second. Thought we were about to see the 3rd caution of the day on lap 34, but it doesn't happen. Harrison gets clear to the lead again. This Hyder's coming back. He's fighting back now, entering 3.
yeah, side by side here between Ethan Harrison and AJ Hyder. Ever since Hyder was able to go up to that top, it has been locked equal as we come to a lap car. Owen Chabinski. Everyone has to make a base of action. Hopefully everyone will give themselves a fair amount of room, and room they shall give. AJ Hyder leads the lap.
Good on Chabinski. You know, even in the chat saying, where do you want me? He just stays up top. And right now, I mean, the benefit for Hyder is, we mentioned how Visconti's so aggressive, but that's kind of playing to Hyder's hands. He's been a great pusher to whoever has been on that top line. The problem with Visconti is bogeying that 35 behind him as Hyder goes for the lead and clears the 77. The problem for Visconti is that bogey is not given the same quality of pushes that Visconti's been giving the cars in front of him, and he can't make that move to clear the lead.
Yeah, he's been given a couple bad pushes to Visconti, but honestly, I think that's working out better for the second car in the bottom lane because they always get clear to them and make a move, as I would imagine Harrison's going to take advantage of that here in a few laps again. When they give a bad push, get clear, he'll probably go for that race lead again. Might be this lap, honestly. Yeah, watch him make this move right here. Really
Just imagine this. You've had
Oh,
Visconti.
thought about it. Sorry.
No, you good. I was going to say, just imagine. You've had Visconti leading that top line for a lot of this race. And for the past, say, 10, 15 laps, the lap leaders have been AJ Hyder and Ethan Harrison.
Yeah, I don't think that comes down. I don't think that's a Visconti issue. I just don't think he has the help he needs behind him. Get that top lane out to the race lead.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It is only about 6 cars on the outside, with Ball Heist falling behind. Everybody else is on the bottom, training, saving gas. The power is on the bottom. It's really been the strength of about those first 5 cars or so that have really been able to carry this outside as much as possible. And as long as you have both Harrison and Hyder down on the bottom, I don't think that you can break that inside line through.
If you saw it there, Levi, but the 77, the 24, they got really loose coming out of turn number 2. And that actually allowed Visconti to get a lot closer to Hyder. They were nearly side by side going into 3.
Yeah, they were side by side going into 3. They almost crashed him on ball 4. Man, if I'm that 06 car, I'm trying to get around, or that 35 car. He is just kind of all over the place, not giving the shoves to the 88 that he needs to get this top lane out to the lead. Only time the top lane gets out to the lead is when someone gets in front of Visconti and then pushes him out to the race lead. So I don't know.
Well, the way to be doing it here is you see that 35. He is just going so high on the track. It's like he's trying to make a third lane. But I think he just can't hold the car. Speaking of a third lane, here comes the 28th coming out of line. And it looks like everyone is going to follow suit. But that 06 Campbell actually is going to block it just a little bit. Right now you got the 28 car. That is Sawinski trying to make a third line work. Is he going to get the help? No, he is not. Actually, reverse that. Keola Hankins in the 72 is going to give him a big shove.
This seems very sketchy. I don't know if I'd want to create a third lane right now. We've been riding around for a while. Visconti throws the block. Oh man, Lop loses a little bit of spot.
A couple cars in the wall.
Yeah, I don't get this. This is not a good move right there. The whole point of the outside line is trying to make that strength. This is how you break it apart. Now Bogey's leading the outside line as they try to block Visconti. It's getting real close quarters as that inside line's breaking apart. And look at that. The outside line with that 3-way maneuver is going to take the lead of the race.
We've been criticizing Bogey. I was going to say, we've been criticizing Bogey as a pusher, but as the leader, he has taken it to the top spot. But here comes Keola Hankins, a big run, trying to side draft the 35 of Bogey, trying to clear Visconti up on the third lane. Can't do either, and 3 wide for the lead.
Man, Hyder trying to get to that middle lane. He's going to try and get back out front as soon as he can to take back control of the race lead. Harrison going to follow him to the middle lane. Visconti falling back with Brad Sawinski pushing him. I believe that's Brad Sawinski pushing him.
Down the back straightaway, Keola Hankins all on his own before getting the help from Hyder. Now he is back to the lead with a last-minute block. Bogey sideways down to turn 3. We've seen that multiple times. These drivers are beginning to lose a lot of grip going down on corner entry. It's caught a few drivers off guard, including Ryan Bogey. And now Alexander Hyder on the outside with Ethan Harrison and Christian Visconti. Now they've got control of the race.
Harrison goes underneath. Visconti trying to make a hole. Can't get it done as Hankins quickly fills that. Sawinski still up in that top line as everyone's getting a little more organized here. Here's Owen Chabinski, the lap car, falling behind as that 4th car on the outside line. Remember, he is a lap down. Miles Davis pulls all the way to the bottom of the apron as he goes another lap down. But right now, Hyder and Harrison side by side.
And I mean, are we even shocked? Harrison and Hyder have been the 2 cars to beat today, and that if they don't get taken out, they're probably going to be one of the 2 that ends up winning this race. They've controlled pretty much all of it today.
Yeah, Levi, every time that any kind of offensive comes from anybody behind it, whether that be from Hankins or Visconti or Bogey, those 2 always find a way to set themselves up to surge back ahead. And now look what we're seeing on the bottom. Ethan Harrison, top, AJ Hyder. Nothing has changed after all that kerfuffle. It has been the same top 2 since the drop of the green flag.
The only thing that's really changed has been the pusher. Now Kayla Hankins is the pusher on the inside lane. And, I mean, Visconti, he's still been that pusher on the outside line for Hyder. But now he has a different pusher in the 20 of Sawinski. We mentioned that Bogey has not been the pusher that everyone has really been hoping for. But so far in that bottom line, he has been fairly solid. Granted, that could be because the bottom has been the preferred line. But as the 3rd car in line to Hankins and to Harrison, he's been fairly solid.
Hyder and Visconti just kind of dropping back a little bit. They haven't been able to clear to the lead just yet like they had earlier in the race. Wonder if they're just kind of riding around now, kind of taking it a little bit easier after that 3 wide we saw earlier.
Oh, Levi, every time that we've said that, we've had moments like that where
Hey,
both leaders out of control, bad bumps from both Hankins and Visconti, but everyone's going to hold on to hers, and we're going to keep it going.
I think we've just learned that they're not going to ride around at all today. It's cool, but
Here we go, another push from Visconti, trying to get AJ Hyder clear of Ethan Harrison.
I think he might do it this time. I think they finally got the momentum built up.
Yeah, having both Hyder, Visconti, and Bradley Sawinski all on the top and an aggressive Owen Chubitsky to boot. In the wall goes Daniel Botting behind as the 60 just shoved them into the fence coming into turn 1.
Trying to make evasive maneuvers here for this 39 down car, a lap down. And they get through him pretty clean. Nothing's really changed here. You got a big shot here for AJ Hyder from Visconti. Got a little bit squirrely.
Man, I keep thinking entering 3 and 4 that they're going to wreck. Scott's been giving Hyder some crazy pushes during that corner. Every time he just gets a little bit more out of control. Only 5 cars on that top lane now. They're still holding in there.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about all the guys in the back right now that are choosing not to fight like these guys have. They've probably been saving so much fuel. The pit strategy that's coming up here, if we can keep it green until our pit window, is going to be a really interesting case.
You think they keep it green that long? I don't. I see something happening here soon.
I certainly hope not.
Crazy though. I mean, we got a lot of action, but like you mentioned, I mean, not much has really changed in the running order. It's just been Hyder swapping spots with Harrison and, you know, a couple different challengers up in the back, but overall, it's been pretty much the same.
Cleared him there. Entering the trial. Hyder cleared to the lead. Take it away from him.
That didn't take long. AJ Hyder now to the bottom, blocking Ethan Harrison. I imagine the moment that Harrison gets the chance, he's going to ditch up high, but he's got to clear Visconti first. That's why he's all over the back of that 24, trying to shove him along, but he's going to need some help here from Hankins if he wants any chance of getting back up to the top.
See a couple cars up there jumping up to that top lane. Maybe they're thinking about getting something going here. So the 27 Connor Burke can try it. He backed out. He didn't have the run.
It's like Visconti's able to get side by side with Hyder, but as soon as they enter the corners, he just loses all of that momentum and has to work it back up during the tri-oval and the backstretch. He's just unable to clear him like Harrison and Hyder can clear themselves. You're going to see it here. They're going to go into turn number 1. And Visconti, he is currently ahead of Hyder, but watch as they enter turn number 1. Hyder and Harrison just able to get that advantage, and Visconti goes from nearly clearing the 24 to battling for the 3rd spot.
I think he just hasn't had the right pushes behind him. Whenever he's pushing, he's not afraid to push into corners. He trusts himself. He trusts the driver in front of him. But no one else behind him does. They back off entering the corner, try not to wreck himself.
And that's what's
He needs
making
someone that's pressing
Visconti.
him.
That's what's making Visconti having to side draft the hell out of AJ Hyder and Ethan Harrison just to try to stay even with him, but that didn't even work that time. Now he's relying on the pushes from Sawinski. Here comes a huge run by Christian Visconti coming back to the door of AJ Hyder as they start lap 48.
It's like he can't even get close enough to Hyder to side draft him at this point. This has been the best chance he's had at clearing the 24. He's not going to get it done, but he might be side by side with him going down the backstretch, and that might be his best opportunity to clear him. But a big shove from him.
Whoa!
Sideways.
He's been closer a lot more times this time. Harrison's not been able to get clear of him, get out front of him, and take down that lead. Side by side as they enter 3 and 4. If he can stay there, entering the tri-oval, I think that he can take the lead.
Man, if you're Visconti, you are upset right now. You've been stuck on this outside line since the drop of the green flag, have done everything that you could to try to take control of this race, but every time, it just comes down to those last few feet between yourself and being clear on that inside line. He is just not getting a long enough push, the big enough of momentum. Look how close he is to getting clear before he gets side drafted by AJ Hyder again and loses all that momentum, has to reset and try again.
And even look at his pusher, Sawinski. He looks like he's trying to take it 3 wide more than push Visconti. And then you got Owen Shabinski, who is a lap down, or, a lap car.
There it is!
There we go! Finally clears him.
Now watch this. I'm curious what he'll do. Will he block the top? Will he stay on the bottom? It looks like it's going to be bottom training here for Christian Visconti. Now it's going to be Bradley Sawinski's turn to try to go for the lead.
I don't think Visconti's too worried about Sawinski and Chabinski, but at this point, he might have to, as he's about to get side drafted by the 28.
I have a feeling we're coming up on green flag stops here. See everybody getting into that bottom. No one's on that top. Finally, they're starting to kind of ride around a little bit.
I think you're right, Levi. There goes Sawinski down to the bottom. He could have easily tried to keep it up top to try to take the lead. And now Owen Shabinski, a lap car, is leading the outside line. We'll see how successful he is at trying to get his lap back.
And he's not letting go at all. I mean, he looks like he's at least trying to get his lap back. So, interesting play here by Owen Shabinski, trying to be the leader of this top line.
He's moving.
I have a feeling something stupid's going to come out of this.
More than likely.
Yeah, well, you see Vijaykumar right behind Owen Shabinski. He has a big incentive to push the 42 along. Kaola Hankins behind him. These are the only 4, that being Shabinski, Vijaykumar, Kaola Hankins, and I believe that is Brandon Sampson, who's also another lap car coming up on the scene now. They have a huge incentive here to try to get that 42 up to the front, so then they have a lap car controlling the field.
Yeah, you never really want that, especially, no offense to OJ, but he's a lap down for a reason. So not able to really pick up that speed like he'd want to, couple that with the fact that there's only about 4 or 5 cars on that top line. And you can see here, Bravin immediately with the opportunity shuffles OJ out of line.
Yep, as we're halfway in this race. Less than 50 to go.
That's Miles Davis on the outside going yet again another lap down. Second season of competition for Miles Davis, not starting the way he would like. Basically just being a roadblock that hopefully won't impact the race later with his slower speed.
We'll see him next week, though. We go to one of those 1.5 miles. We'll see him next week, especially if he's as fast as he was last season. I think he'll win this year. Maybe it could be a chase run.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I think stops are coming up here soon. Everyone's single file riding around now. It's the first time we've seen it all day. Been a lot of battling and racing all day, and I think these drivers need it. Just a little bit of a calm moment to collect about what's just happened over the last 50 laps and prepare for the end of this race.
Yeah, there really isn't much of a reason to pull out of line right now. There's only 2 up top, that being Vijaykumar and Kaola Hankins. And unless those 2 can outrun an entire track's worth of inside line cars, there really isn't much of a reason to move up top. Save your tires, save your fuel, get ready for pit stops, which should be coming up. Find your partners where you can find them, and try to have a great pit stop.
No one comes to pit road this time, and I think you're starting to see it in. I think they're going to come to pit road probably within the next 5 laps or so, because you see more cars are going down to the bottom, and I think that's exactly what you said. Find your partners, find the holes in the bottom line, and that way you can get onto pit road.
Yeah, we saw it. If it's anything like the last generation of car we ran, pit window was around 35 laps, and that's about we ran under green. So I'd imagine the pit window's opening up pretty soon for these guys.
Christian Visconti leads, coming to lap 55 this time. Right now, it is going to be side by side for second. Hyder and Vijaykumar continue to fight. Here we go. Pit stops underway.
Oh, they're crashing in the back. Ah, will they hold on to it? Saved it. Wow. Oh, Zachary spin overshoots his pit stall. He has to back up.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Jason Smedo also missing his pit stall. Brandon Morris driving straight through pit road.
Yeah.
I believe he completely missed his stall.
Oh, fantastic.
Already some issues on pit road. Not great. Hyder real quick off pit road.
Vijaykumar with the lead. As here we go. Who's coming in this time? It will be Brandon Sampson. Followed by Keola Hankins. Almost contact between the 39. Brandon Sampson locking it up down pit road. Hankins having to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting him.
So Pravin and Aiden Smith don't pit. I'm not sure exactly what they're going for with this strategy. They're just by themselves in no man's land. They're going to come all the way when they eventually make their pit stop. I don't know if they're looking for caution or what, but I do not agree with the strategy at all.
Yeah, well,
stall.
yeah, I can't see this really working out. 2 guys out there by yourselves. I mean, the only advantage is that you'll have an extra lap of fuel a little bit later on in the race, which might come in handy later if we go green all the way to the checkered flag, which, let's be honest, that's not happening. Let's see what happens this time. Here comes the rest of the field.
Yep, more cars getting on a pit road.
Oh. Whoa, the 3 abandons!
Completely missed pit road. Had to cut through the grass.
That's Jason Marshall. Completely missing pit road, overshooting it. Gonna go through the grass. And unfortunately, he will not even have the lead. That's gonna be going to White and Moondros, who are still out on the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't understand like why some of these guys haven't pitted yet.
I don't understand the strategy either. I mean, you're not going to have a good group of cars. You're going to be slow, out, no draft. And I just don't understand it.
I mean, even if a caution came out.
I mean, yeah, if a caution comes out, you're going to lose all that track position having to pit under caution.
Here's the battle for the lead, or at least what will be the net battle for the lead. Keola Hankins inside still trying to get up the speed. Visconti and Hyder on the outside with Bradley Sawinski. And there goes Hyder back to the lead with Visconti right behind him.
But is he going to try to clear? He can as they try to get evasive maneuvers for those lap cars, and that actually leaves Keola Hankins out to dry as everyone went to the top line.
Trying to avoid all those slow cars to get back down to the bottom single.
Oh, Ethan Harrison! Woo! Sideways in the fence, still sideways for Ethan Harrison. Close call for the 77.
Not what he wanted to see. He's been in control pretty much all day. Don't know how that car will handle out in traffic, so he needs to try and get back up to the race lead. If he can, I don't think he will be. He's going to stay single file.
Well, his
It'll be hard
job
to make ground.
just got a lot harder after that slight mishap coming onto the racetrack. Along with that, Dimitri Moondros out of pit road. He must have had a really crappy stop because he's not even going to be in the pack anymore. He's lost it.
And just like that, Ethan Harrison, who's had so much speed last year, so many chances to win. I mean, so early on, we still got about 40 laps to go, so anything can happen, but that is going to be a huge dent for his ASCA 500 victory efforts.
He's already trying to go to the outside. Nobody's jumping up there with him. He's just going to have to get back to the line. Oh, no, he's making a little bit of ground,
moves.
But yeah, it's actually working way more than I thought it would, but I don't think that's going to go all the way to the lead.
I mean, at this point, you got to try something.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll pass one car. There's one car. I believe.
Well, now look what's happening. That's Brandon Sampson, the lap car. I thought Harrison would go with him. He'll just go ahead and chop him off too. He'll go ahead and get 2 cars past to continue to try to make his way up through the line.
And Miles Davis has DNF from the race.
Well, he tried.
That's a shame.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Look at what?
You know. Scotty looking to the outside. At least maybe not intentionally, but it looked like he was for a second. Didn't have the help from Bradley, because we're in the boring part of the race. I hate to say it.
Yeah. Now, it is, from my understanding, it's going to be 16 cars in the main pack.
Oh,
Then we have a second pack that pretty much carries everyone else. They're about 7 seconds back, so they are no longer in contention. They're going to have to hope for a yellow at the very least, or at least a really sketchy alternative pit strategy to get back in the running for the win.
Hankins and Trubisky are trying to make it interesting, trying to make that top line work, but I mean, you got what, 5 cars underneath, 2 cars up top, 2 guys who really haven't shown much in terms of being able to make the top line work by themselves, and you're seeing that. But with Visconti, you know, you mentioned how aggressive he is. Will he try to take advantage and actually be the leader, or is he going to stay behind Hyder? Well, not right now, he doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah, right now he can't get clear to that top. He's trying to get up there. Right now, I think I've been wrong about this guy a lot today, but I think he'll ride around with him. I think there's no point. It's 40 to go. Can they make it on gas? That's the question. Will they make it on fuel? I just now thought about that.
It's got to be close, Levi. I can't imagine. I mean, when we went back green on, like, what, lap 20, like 15? You know, and we just got done with pit stops about 7 laps ago at this point, so it might be possible. We are right near that window, and I think that might be the reason why you're seeing them race the way they are right now, not being too aggressive. Although, as I say that, I saw 3 guys jump out of line to the outside. The outside line's going to be getting a lot of help here soon.
Here comes Visconti.
It's go time, fellas.
Looking to complete lap number 62. Visconti goes to the top side. His pusher is KO Hankins. AJ Hyder stays on the bottom. His pusher is Sawinski.
Visconti's not led a lot today. He's been out front a lot, almost all race, but he's not led a lot because he's stuck on that top lane. He'll try and get back clear to the race lead, but right now he does not have the push that he needs on that outside line as Hyder continues to stay clear. The leader.
Down the back straightaway, continuing to lead is Hyder. Right now, Sawinski's given the bumps that he needs to Hyder to hold off Visconti. Same thing as before during that last run. Visconti can put himself in a position to take the lead, but when it's time to pounce, he just doesn't get the support that he needs.
So, I mean, what do you do if you're Visconti at this point? I mean, do you just try to stay in that top line, hope you can get that push, or if you see an opening on the bottom, do you take it?
Well, I think if you see the opening, you got to take it, but right now he doesn't have a choice. He's stuck up there, for now at least.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this much. He's pretty even with Hyder right now through 1 and 2. I think this might be his golden opportunity. He's going to have to run down the back here. A great push from Hankins. Now on the corner panel, they're going to stall out a little bit. It ain't going to work. The outside line's not working together. Hyder's coming back down the bottom, going down to turn 3.
Yeah, not some good pushes at all from Hankins. Those two were not connected at all. And Hyder, he comes out on top. It looks like Sawinski's going to clear himself as well.
Yeah, what a complete donut that 72 car is. An absolute buffoon of himself. Trying to push the 80 car. Does not give him a single push on the back. He now gets split from the Jacomeyer. And he'll slot 3rd in line on the top lane.
But the bottom line wasn't too organized as well. You saw that 54 car. He was all over the place. And they get situated right now, but you can see just about 2 car lengths between the 60 and the 72.
Yeah, Vijay with a huge shot to Visconti down the back straightaway. Look at that inside line. It's breaking apart. Huge shot by Vijay to Visconti going down to turn 3.
I think he got tight entering the corner. He's pushing him so much. He's pushing him a little bit during the corner. This is exactly who Visconti is needed all race. Pushing him during the corner and pretty much everywhere. I think he can get clear to the lead with this guy.
Well, let's see what happens.
Pay off.
Side by side across the start-finish line to start lap 66. Right now, look at Visconti. He's about to be clear. He's not.
Clear.
Not yet.
Oh, man. I think he thought he was clear, and then he realized he wasn't, and that kind of killed his momentum. He was so close. Luckily, he thought twice about it. It would have been a big crash had he cleared himself.
Tell you one thing, I'm surprised we haven't really seen too much blocking on the top line. Literally, pretty much the leader on the bottom.
Ooh.
He stays on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Vijay Kumar is all over the place. What's going on? He's out of the roof, back down into Hankins.
Turns himself into Hankins.
Vijay Kumar goes around. The 35 is in it, along with the 54 of Cazzola.
Oh, my God.
What was going on there?
Rifle got turned too.
Vijay Kumar was all over the place, going down the back straightaway into turn 3. I wonder if something went wrong for Vijay Kumar.
Yeah, he slowed down. Like, he was around 190, 185, 186. He slowed down to 181, 180. I don't know what went wrong with him. And then he tried clearing himself off of Hankins, and he was not clear at all. So many cars involved.
Yeah, Kayla Hankins got a piece. Hard contact there for Cazzola in the 54. Bogey got a piece as well, along with Caden Rife in the 97. Oh, Ethan Harrison got some front end damage from that. That's huge.
Yeah, he got out of line and slowed down.
Oh, hard hit there for the 68 of Brandon Morris.
Oh, it was net code. Or it was net code.
Really?
Even if it was netcode, I mean, he was
yeah.
out of control.
There's no reason to come down on him. I mean, he didn't actually hit him, but he was going to hit him anyway.
Yeah, no, he was always going to hit him. There was going to be contact no matter what.
Yeah,
oh, hard hit there from Caden Rife to the back of the 72. Kayla Hankins up into the air.
See that 54 practically just pushing him.
Yeah.
The entire crash.
I'll tell you what, for someone that was pushing him throughout that entire crash, he does have a lot of damage.
Damage, yeah. Oh, man, that front nose damage on Harrison. Same with a little bit on TJ Campbell's car.
And everyone's on pit road here. This is going to be a very important stop. If there were any concerns about fuel, then I think that this will do it and get them to the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, fuel is out of the window now, and I think that's only going to bring the aggression up because no one's got to worry about saving. They can go all the way.
Jason, a lap car.
Big development on pit road. Clinton McDonald has jumped the field. He has went from wherever he was before that accident. He will be second on this restart in the number 17.
So some new faces up front. That's going to make this more interesting. And I actually think, I don't know if that's going to be a benefit to someone like Hyder because just have to wait and see. Because you got guys up front that haven't been there before. So Hyder, he knows what he has to do. But some of these guys, like you mentioned, the 17, Clinton McDonald, he hasn't been up front pretty much all race long. So how is he going to react?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him all day. I think we've even seen Aiden Smith some this race. Who is the free pass car here with this caution? It is Jason. Ooh. I thought it would have been Owen. Oh, he's 8 down. I thought Owen was a lot less down than that. I didn't really check on him. I just knew he was back. So he'll be the free pass. The restart. See someone on the apron. Looks like they're saving some fuel.
And that's Hyder.
Yeah. But McDonald is now.
That's interesting because they should be able to make it all the way
Make
to
it.
the end, unless Hyder's thinking about overtime.
Time, yeah. We saw it last season. We saw it quite a lot actually last season. We saw 2 of them. 2 stack-ups on the restart, entering 1.
Oh yeah,
Lost a couple, but multi-car
I remember that was Nicholas Martinez Jr. in his first crash out of the year. One of a few that he had, that time with Gavin Austin.
Just unfortunate for Nicholas because, you know, he runs about where I run every week too, so.
And where is that?
20th.
At least it's not 40th.
Yep. That's George Tolson's spot.
Well, fellas, we're coming back here. 30 laps to go. How does the complexion of this race change now with this caution and this impending restart? And how do you expect these guys to race going to the finish?
If we thought the first 50 laps was aggressive, it's going to get even more crazy from here. I would not be shocked at all if they try and get a third lane working at some point during this run. And we've yet to see it today, but it's probably going to happen. The big one's probably going to come this run also. So,
Because I don't know. On one hand, I could see it being really aggressive, but I mean, as long as Hyder, Sawinski, Visconti, as long as those are the guys that are in control, I think it's going to come down more to if we see wrecks or aggression, it's going to be from behind them. But in terms of the win, guys who are up front going to control this race, I mean, until I see it, I think it's still going to be between the 24, the 080, and the 28.
Well, let's find out here. 30 laps to go. When we come back to the restart, AJ Hyder and Clinton McDonald will lead him back to the green flag. Let's do it.
Oh, Zachary Spain, bad restart.
Big push from Visconti. McDonald's going to go down into third, cover off that spot. Right now, the top 3 are single file in Hyder, Visconti, and McDonald.
All right, man.
Caution's out.
Caution. We're wrecking somewhere.
We got a yellow on the speedway.
Uh-oh, I see who it is. It's Ryan Booty.
Again? Oh, no.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was right in front of Ryan Bogey. He just dropped back to last. Oh, my God.
What happened?
That is such a stupid move.
So, so it has to do with the 54 of Gabe Cazzola. On the restart, there was a big checkup. There's the 3 wide move by Gabe. And the... does the 06 just not know what's going on here? Yeah, the 06 doesn't really seem to realize what's going on and just comes up and chops himself in front of Gabe. And around goes the 06, and a hard piece of contact from the 26 to the 37. Ryan Bogey gets a small piece. That's the 06 of TJ Campbell, who I just don't really think he realized what was going on. Yeah, I mean, he was just kind of pinching those 2 on the outside. And then a hard piece of contact there from the 37.
George Tolsma got into him also. Ooh, the 15 barely escaping by. Almost clobbered him.
Garrett A. White in the 26, slamming into the back of the 37. That's Jacob Mitchell. Big damage there on Garrett A. White.
We were talking about those restart crashes from last year, and unfortunately,
they come back.
Yeah, well, we said the aggression was going to start to go up, and we're starting to see it.
I just don't understand why you go 3 wide there. I mean, it gets
well, there was a big checkup, and yeah, they don't want to lose the draft. At this point in the race, there's not going to be anything that'll save you besides from a caution. You have to go for those moves to stay in the pack. So when there's such a big checkup like that on the restart, you have to go.
I mean, yeah, but it gets to a point. You know?
It gets to a point.
Yeah,
It gets hucked to a point.
Yup.
On pit road, Kayla Hankins brings it back down along with the 60 of the Jacomar.
Jacomar. What are you saying?
I had to stutter for a second. Leave me alone.
Man, oh man. Well, hopefully the big one includes AJ Hyder barrel rolling down the back straightaway, because he'll win enough races this year. I shouldn't say that.
Tell you what, though, Hyder has been in clear control, you know, to possibly get this first super speedway win. You mentioned, is that gonna? We haven't really seen Hyder that aggressive in a little bit because Harrison's been out of the equation, and Visconti, I mean, he's tried to make the moves, but again, that outside line hasn't worked. I mean, if you're Hyder, are you just kind of content with what you're doing, or are you still kind of on the edge of your seat knowing your look at super speedways?
I'm still on the edge of my seat. I mean, you control the all race, but controlling the race at Daytona means nothing once it gets down to the end of this thing, because there's going to be probably a lot of crashes and a lot of crazy moves, and there's been a bunch of moves so far today, but not like we will see for the win. For the win, you'll see a bunch of blocking and everything.
Yeah, well,
today,
one thing that I will mention is that Hyder has been trying to get this win. This has really been the horseshoe of his career so far. He's really been trying to get this since his rookie season. Back in his first few attempts, you know, he didn't even make the race. He was always knocked out in the duels. It was really only until last season that he really had a real shot at it. And a couple last lap crashes took him out of contention. Tonight's been a whole different story, though. This is the first time in his career that AJ Hyder has dominated the ASCA 500 in a scope like this.
Yeah, and it's also one of the first few times he's dominated the Super Speedway. The only time we've really seen him up front at the Super Speedway was Talladega, and that race got taken away from him by Aiden Arevalo in that Patrick 09 car. So, you know, Aiden Arevalo's not here tonight, so maybe he won't get one taken away.
And that should kind of scare the field, because typically, oh, it's a super speedway. Now it's when we can have one on Hyder. Well, if Hyder continues to run like this at other super speedways, like Atlanta or Talladega, this season is going to be a just sheer domination.
The main reason for the Xfinity car that we had chosen, there was a big discussion during the offseason whether it should be the 550 horsepower Gen 6 car or the Xfinity car. The main reason why we were switching was just because to try to increase the parity. If Hyder ends up being even more dominant with a more stable car, oh boy, this field is in for domination that we have not seen since Diego Roldan's Season 6 campaign. AJ Hyder got 9 wins last season versus Diego's 10 during his championship season. We could see AJ beat the record.
I thought it was 10 last year.
No, it was 9. He was 1 short.
Dang. Yeah, we're hoping for more parity, but right now, oh boy, if he gets off to the points lead early, I don't think there's going to be any different points leaders throughout the year. Except for maybe James Thurston, but he didn't show up tonight.
Yeah, Thurston.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Thurston's not here.
Thurston did register, so he will be here. We'll see whether he shows up in the next coming weeks, makes himself a championship favorite. But as the pace car will make the left-hand turn onto pit road, we're going to do it again. Lap 73 coming to 74. Coming towards the end of the ASCA 500, and we're green once again.
Oh, big stack up on the bottom lane, or at least it looked like it was for a second there. Oh man, look at all those cars just to the bottom. Yeah,
got about a car length between the 17 and the 89, but right now, Sawinski staying on the back bumper of Visconti. Right now, Hyder still leading, McDonald in second, pushing his way.
Seen Bradley not be the greatest pusher so far today. He's not been able to get Visconti clear out to bleed. We saw them hooked up earlier in the run before those green flag pit stops around lap 40 to 30. So, see if they can get hooked up now and go somewhere, or if not. Because last time he was trying to make that third lane work.
And look what's happening behind the top 4. Aiden Smith going to give a push over to Clinton McDonald. And how about Landon Warren? First time tonight, he's showing himself up at the front of the field, pushing Bradley Sawinski along on the outside line.
And he really got saved from that caution. Because earlier in the day, or earlier in the race, he missed his pit stall. Getting on the pit road was in that second pack. So this caution really helped him down front.
So McDonald, he has cleared Visconti. Is he going to try to go to the top and take the lead away from Hyder? Is he going to stay content? So far, he looks like he is fine with being the pusher. I think he's probably going to wait till we get later on into this race. We still got 25 laps to go.
Yeah, I think you just stay with Hyder in general right now. Well, no matter what happens, I'm staying with Hyder until the last few laps because he's controlled this race. He's had to have led at least 30 laps today.
Yeah, Hyder has been on another level we have never seen in the ASCA 500. Even against the likes of Visconti, who's coming with a big run down to turn 1. He's still trying to hold him off on the quarter panel, side by side through turn 2.
If he can stay there, the 17, Clinton McDonald's not pushing him. Or Hyder, that is. Oh, man. Oh!
Ooh, a little bit of a shove. The other guy Hyder sideways. Visconti, he had a taste of the lead at one point when he finally got cleared, and it was taken away from pretty quickly. He's looking for that once again, but would have been his Achilles heel all race long as he hasn't been able to clear the 24 on that high side. Whether it's just been to a lack of energy from the top or just bad pushes, he has been unable to get it done all but one time. But with time running out, you got to hope that the aggression will be in his favor.
And look at that third lane trying to get formed up. It started to go. I think it just dissipated. I think one of them got in the wall. But the third lane is trying to form with that 72 car. Everyone just abandoned them. They had 4 or 5 cars up there, and they just all left it there.
It'll happen eventually. It just takes the right amount of people to go up to the top, and we'll have a third line. But I'll tell you, throughout this race, we've seen multiple cars lose it on their own. This car is not very stable around Daytona. If they make a third line work, will they be able to stick it?
Honestly,
oh,
I'm not sure they could. They can barely make the top line right now stick, or even the bottom line stick. You can just see. I mean, look at the 177, the 31, and the 6. They're separated by at least a car length. Look how squirrely everyone is. I think if you get a third lane, especially up top at the front of the pack, it is not going to be a good outcome.
yeah, one of those cars is going to get turned around in front of this field and cause one of the biggest wrecks we've ever seen in the ASCA 500. So, like you said, we've seen a lot of squirrely cars up to front today. Bradley pushing the 80. This could be Scotty's chance.
Yeah, he's getting so close, man. So close right there, going down to turn 3. Just by the corner panel, he was clear of AJ Hyder, and immediately AJ fought back with a side draft. They're going to be even across the start-finish line, starting lap 79.
And every time you get that close to that norm, I'm a little bit worried it's going to net code him and it's going to send him around, like we've seen a couple times today.
That might be why for a lot of this race you've seen that 080 kind of going to turn 1 and 2, give himself a little bit of a distance between himself and Hyder, not really side drafting as aggressive until you get to the front stretch and the back stretch.
The race has been completely different than I thought it would be. Looking at the duels and races past that I've done, I thought it would be a lot more like an old, or like the 550 at super speedways, the Gen 6 car, where there's a bunch of big runs and crazy racing, but it's been calmer than I thought it'd be. It's been a lot more gridlocked, more like a next-gen race.
I think the main reason for that is because of the people out front. We have Hyder and Visconti, two drivers that are very commanding with their position in line. Every time that somebody has jostled them out of line, they've immediately found a way to get back up to the front. It has really created this effect where nobody dares to try to make that move to try to get them out of line, because they know that they're going to be a sitting duck when they come back with a run.
Yeah, they're really going to have to, if they want to have a good shot at this coming to the end, they've got to get that 24 and 80 shuffled to the back, just like Harrison, because Harrison controlled a lot of this race too. Look at him, now he's shuffled around 5th in line on the top lane, cannot make anything work, and has struggled ever since that crash.
Yeah, which is interesting because we talked about it before the race started, how we thought that there was going to be a lot more action, guys going to be able to make more moves throughout the pack, but like you said, this is like a next-gen race. Everyone's kind of gridlocked unless you're that 080 or that 24, or when he was up front, the 77.
tried making that third lane again, and it didn't work. Every time they try to get up there, they cannot get the energy going.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing going on back there. I can see Owen Shabinsky, the one car that's Collier. A ball heist in there as well. A lot of close quarters racing back there, nearly crashing. And they're not making any progress. They're just stalling each other out.
Man, I don't want to see a crash in that back. And down at the 19 to go right now, I believe. I don't really want to see them crash in the back. I want to see this either go green. Nothing. I really just want to see this go green. I don't want to see anything happen.
And that's there goes Collier!
Visconti!
Visconti goes around in front of the pack.
No.
Everybody's in it.
Harrison.
Yeah, I have to say.
Oh! Hard lick for the 3 of Jason Marshall.
Oh no.
Is that netcode?
I believe
I
it
think that
might
was
be
netcode.
Visconti. I said Collier, my apologies. Visconti goes sideways in front of the field in the same exact manner in which he did in his duel just about an hour ago.
Yep, it was netcode, just like we saw in the duels, and we saw with Connor Trifari earlier in the race. The exact same thing. I said, man, it worries me when he side drafts like that. It's going to happen, and it did happen.
Let's
It
see.
took out quite a bit of cars.
And just slight contact, door slam, sending the 80 around in front of the pack. Aiden Smith is going to go sideways, and everybody that avoided Visconti all just piled into each other down the back straightaway. And here's this hard hit from Marshall.
Ooh.
Hard contact right there into the 27. That's Agent that he ran into.
Yeah, and they had it kind of saved, and then Connor Berkey, that 27, got into the back of the 3, turned everyone around, like you said, that 3. Boom, right to the rear. That's probably some steering damage for that 27.
Give credit to Aiden Smith as well. He was sideways down on the apron, and he pretty much got away scot-free. Also, all things considered, I mean, that 080 again, you know, with Visconti. I know he probably got a little bit of damage for obviously door slamming, but he got away pretty well too, all things considered.
And unfortunately, Harrison got caught up in that. He had pretty much controlled the first half of this race, got shuffled out on that last caution, and day just getting even worse. Got caught up in another wreck here.
Well, we had a crash under caution as well.
He's crab walking. Yeah, he was involved in it. His car is completely crab walking. What's happened? Oh,
Whoa,
man.
we had a lot of trouble under caution. Ryan Bogey into the back of Collier.
Oh, no, that was his...
Under yellow. And we have a lot of guys on pit road. Kayla Hankins down pit road. So is Hunter M. Collier. Not the run he wants to start his year with. Marshall's in it.
He was not caught up in that caution crash. He just had that damage. I think he was. Wow. But he's crab walking.
A lot of drivers on pit road.
So many good cars are having great days, and all that just down the drain.
Including Visconti. Visconti's the big one. I don't see Visconti anymore unless he brought it back onto the track. Which he might have. See if I can find him. There's Visconti. Visconti is back on the track. And he actually didn't lose too many spots. He's in 12th at the moment. All things considered, I think he got away with that pretty unscathed. I don't think it's over for Christian Visconti.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, he was pretty clean again. I mean, off of pit road, didn't get a lot of damage in the wreck, obviously from the netcode, so I don't think obviously his chances of winning the race are, you know, taking a massive hit, but, you know, he's not out of this just yet.
And I'm telling you, it is only going to get crazier from here. We're going to be coming back here with about 15 laps to go. The intensity is going to get higher and higher as we get closer to the checkered flag. And with one big name named Visconti out of it, that's going to open the door for somebody like Bradley Sawinski to try to take his position as a contender for this win.
Man, Bradley's gotten out there to that second lane. He's going to lead that second line. But look at that rear bumper.
Oh, yeah. Look at the bumper of
Pretty-
Landon Warren as well. Both second and third with big damage on the right side. That will hurt the performance, especially the drag down the back straightaway and front straightaway. We'll see how that affects things on this restart.
Not great.
And even in the midst of all this, Hyder keeps finding a way to avoid a lot of these wrecks, especially now that they're starting to come more towards the front of the field. So my question is Hyder going to get into one of these, or is this finally going to be the day?
I hope not. I know he's doing a lot of races this year, but I don't want to see it be his day. He's controlled it all. It'd be really, really heartbreaking for him if he controlled this race, the leader pretty much all day, got caught up in someone else's mess.
No, I think it'd be funny if he crashed.
Yeah, good point. That'd be awesome. Do a Ryan Priest.
Yeah, he's not allowed to be happy. Remember that.
You know what? That's fair. You got a championship. That's all you deserve. Hope you
Yeah.
go winless.
Yeah, he'll also win every other race this season. Give one up
No.
to the rest of them.
He could win one on Roadblock, so why does he deserve it here? I mean, come on. Roadblock
Yeah.
is so much easier.
It's true. It's
I
true.
agree.
When it comes to the end of this race, it is going to be intense. AJ Hyder trying to win his first in his 6th attempt at the race. So Bradley Sawinski trying to win his first ASCA Cup Series race. Landon Warren trying to break a winless streak. And that's Richard Cheery in a part-time entry in the 177 trying to make something happen. The pace car is going to make the left-hand turn on the pit road. And let's bring it back to green with 15 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Everyone pretty even on this restart. Hyder with a little bit of an advantage as the bottom line starts to get a little more organized. You got the 23 there. That is Landon Warren. He's going to allow Hyder to clear himself from Sawinski.
Top lane already lagging back a little bit. Like we said, they probably would with that damaged 28 rear bumper. We'll see if they can get anything going there, or if it'll continue to lag back. Will the Landon Warren go for the move here? They're wrecking in the back.
Oh, there they go. We're
And
wrecking
here we
again.
All right,
No
man.
caution.
Caution's out.
Caution is out.
It is
Jacob Mitchell.
Jacob Mitchell, second crash of the night for the 37, and that is the 60 car as well in the accident. Let's take a look. So he was on the outside getting pushed by White, and he's going to go really high. White's going to go in the middle, and oh, he kind of turned himself right there.
Yeah, he cleared himself.
Yeah, that sucks there for him. The 60 car of Jacomar out of control, saving it from hitting the wall. Good lock up there from the 60.
I don't get what exactly he's going for. There's no way he thought he was clear.
Yeah, well, he came out of line and then immediately came back down. So unfortunately, therefore, Jacob Mitchell had to take the blame for that one.
Yep.
Well,
And as these caution laps continue to wind down, that's only going to make the racing that we have even shorter. That means the aggression will continue to increase.
And I just gotta say something. It's just unfortunate for Jacob Mitchell. He's got it the hardest in this series because his car has so much drag because of his big ass body. And it just makes him come off pace.
so you're saying it's his fault?
Yeah, I think that extra 350 pounds in there is kind of
Extra.
kind of bogging down the horsepower.
Love that. Right now, the top 5 is AJ Hyder. As we said, trying to win his first ASCA 500, but if you thought his 6 attempts are impressive, how about 8? Landon Warren is one of, I believe, 3 people, that being the other 2 being Owen Shabinsky and Chris Lilly. Actually, I lie. Chris Lilly has not attempted for every ASCA 500. I believe that the only 2 here in tonight's race that have attempted every single ASCA 500. Actually, no, Owen Shabinsky was an official one of the seasons. Landon Warren, I had to get my facts straight here. Landon Warren is the only driver in the field here tonight that has attempted every single ASCA 500, and he is winless. He's trying to change that here tonight, and he is running second, coming towards 10 laps to go.
He hit me at Vegas last year.
Yeah. What? Are you still mad about that?
Yep. Hope he flips over.
Also, didn't you run into him?
Maybe.
You were complaining about him being too slow, so you wrecked him, and then wrecked yourself.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, did you guys have like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. That was funny.
What would you guys do without me, man? There would be every race would go green without me. I'm like the Cody Ware.
I don't know about that one. I mean, this race is kind of turned to shit.
Yeah,
but...
this race is kind of a turkey shit show.
I would have probably gone backwards by now, though.
So what you're saying is, you could have given us high quality entertainment, and you're choosing to hold that from us.
Yeah, AJ Hyde would be out of this race already. That's what I'm
Why
saying.
are you here? Why are you not there?
I missed the start. I was too busy eating my Nerds gummy clusters.
It's your fault that we have this hider domination.
Yep. Hyder's above the cut line.
Hider, yeah, this domination probably would put him above the cut line.
Where's Hyder?
Yeah.
He's out.
I'm hoping that he comes back.
Hyder?
That would
Hider. AJ?
Uh-oh.
There's no way.
Oh,
No.
No.
No!
Oh my
No way!
God.
He DC'd!
God.
No way!
Oh my God!
Where is he?
AJ!
I'm waiting, chat. We're waiting for the call.
Peter.
Where'd he go? No way! Did he DC?
I think he DC'd!
Who's the leader?
Oh
of the
my
racetrack?
God!
It's only
AJ
one.
Hyder has just. I think we haven't gotten the call yet from the chat. But I think he just DC'd. He's gone.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the timeout. We're waiting for the timeout. We haven't gotten it yet.
I'm looking for the packet loss warning. I don't see it yet.
Oh.
There it is!
There it
There it is! AJ Hyder is out of the race. Packet loss for AJ Hyder, the defending champion, will not win the ASCA 500.
What?
And now look at our front row. It's Aiden Smith and Landon Warren contending for the ASCA 500.
And that 80 car ain't
I'll
up there.
feed you guys in here. AJ Hyder.
Yep,
had a
he's gone.
power outage.
Gone.
Oh boy.
No.
This is what I was talking about. He has been racing for the ASCA 500 since Season 2. He has had so much bad luck go his way. A power outage is why he will not win the ASCA 500 here tonight. And with that, pace cars coming in. Let's settle it. Aiden Smith, Landon Warren. Let's go.
This race has been completely flipped on its head. The 80 car's not there. He's controlled this all race. Hyder's not there. He's controlled it all race. And 77's practically out with his car issues. So it's anyone's race now.
I mean, the only one who's been consistently up front is that 28 of Shawinski, and he hasn't been. Yeah, he's got damage, and even the 23, he's got damage too. You can see because that top line has no momentum whatsoever. Now, what do you do? I mean, if you're Bogey, what do you do? If you're the 06 of Campbell, what do you do? If you're Aiden Smith, what do you do?
Aiden Smith's gonna go up top.
Whoa!
Nearly gets turned.
Held on to it though, just barely got the
God,
there.
look at the
3 wide, the 80. Visconti's coming back. He's gonna force it 3 again.
And look at that, Landon Warren's gonna block that run. He knows he needs to block Visconti. Visconti trying to shove the nose in there. 10 laps to go in the ASCA 500. TJ Campbell's leading.
Visconti saw that call, and then he's like, I need to go now.
He's gonna split it again.
Everything.
Yep, he's gonna split him 3. Now he's gonna have to either get by this 89 or push him. I think he's gonna try and push him out to this race lead and then try and get by him.
You have to. You got to get yourself clear of that. And here comes. I'm pretty sure Visconti's tired of being on this outside line. He's going to get to the bottom as soon as he gets an opportunity.
Visconti's pretty much been on the defense all day. Now he finally gets his turn to try and make some moves.
Now TJ Campbell on the bomb, push from Ryan Bogey. Aiden Smith on the outside with a push from Visconti. If you're Aiden Smith, you have a good friend, but you also have your worst nightmare, because you know Visconti, the moment he gets the chance, will abandon you and try to win this race.
Yeah, from that 89 car, I do not trust Visconti behind me, especially if he's been out front. See what he's been pulling all race. There's no way that he's staying with him till the end of this thing.
But that's even if Visconti can even get to the bottom. He has struggled to do that all race long. Now he's not even the leader. He is the pusher. And he gets really sideways coming off of turn 2.
Thought that he was going to get turned again.
Going down to turn 3, TJ Campbell eking ahead. Ryan Bogey's giving some good pushes. How about Ball Heist in the 15 getting involved in the action inside the top 5 with 8 laps to go?
I mean, what do you do if you're Aiden Smith? I mean, you got to try to find a way to get to that bottom line.
Oh.
Aiden Smith sideways again.
He's going to crash him at some point if he keeps giving him pushes like this. One of these times he's not going to be able to hold on. They're going to crash. Side by side, pretty much equal in the turn 1. Visconti's not there. Contact between the 35 and 80.
Now look at this. Even again, TJ Campbell, Aiden Smith, Visconti, and Ryan Bogey can't break the cycle right now. On those top 2 lines, nobody on the top except for the 17 of Clinton McDowell, but he's all by himself.
They try to get a third lane going back up there in the rear. We've seen that quite a few times during this race. There's 2 cars up there. I believe Brandon Warren is one of them.
Inside line is much more organized compared to the outside, but they're holding their own just enough.
Is he clear? I think he's clear.
I don't know.
Hell.
Maybe. No, not yet. Not yet.
Nope.
Look at that, Garrett White.
Jumping that third line.
Garrett White on the outside. Now he's getting a push. There goes Sawinski up to the top. Sawinski goes around.
And that's a whole pack.
Caution is out.
Oh, there's cars all up in the air, and a couple cars in the wall head on.
Ball Heist is in it. Bradley Sawinski, that's the big name. Bradley Sawinski will not win the ASCA 500 after a turnaround going into turn 1. Daniel Bonning's in it. Owen Shabinsky's involved. It's over for Bradley Sawinski.
Car. He's got smoke coming out of the back of that 28 machine. And like you said, he will not go to ASCA 500 victory lane tonight.
Well,
Boy, oh boy. You knew it was going to happen at some point.
let's take a look and see what happened here. Going down to turn 1, Garrett A. White. Bad push to Bradley Sawinski. Chopping down into Hunter M. Collier. Ricochet from Ball Heist into Garrett A. White and Dimitri Mundros. Landon Warren gets a piece. The 60 gets a piece as well, along with the 6.
That 31 almost went on his lid there. Thought he was going to go upside down. I gotta place this blame on Bradley.
Yeah. We'll get one more
He's got a damaged bumper, but he goes up to block the top lane. Then as soon as he gets to the top, he moves instantly back down right before he pushes him. And I mean, even if he didn't have a damaged car, he swerved off of his bumper while he's pushing on his right side. Of course, it's going to wreck him.
Oh, hard lick right there. Oh, hard into the wall. Garrett A. White gets smashed. Up in the air goes Daniel Botting as well. I didn't see that.
Eesh.
Daniel Botting went up in the air.
I thought Botting was going to go over. Almost got into that catch fence. That car did not turn over.
We were set up for such a great finish.
Man, they've already junked a lot of people today, and they've pretty much taken everybody out now. And Botting right now is stopped in the middle of turn 2.
Fantastic.
Not driving.
Nice.
Is this a form of protest? There's a couple guys pit.
Well, he's sitting there. Yeah, he is definitely sitting there.
No clue why. I did that before in another league.
How did that go?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember. It's the FedEx Cup Series. Worst league I've ever ran in. You know it's a bad league whenever I was able to win in it.
Yeah. If you're winning, if you're going to victory lane, that's a problem.
Yup.
My ticker seems to be a little messed up right now. It's saying that Tolsma's in second.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Well, we'll figure
Where
it
is
out here. Yeah, Tolsma will eventually get fixed. I don't know where he is. Tolsma is
He
somewhere.
is 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all the way back here. Apparently, we have 2 leaders.
Oh my.
Yeah, fantastic.
And 2 seconds and 2/3.
Oh, fantastic.
Even Harrison's not-
Garrett White, who is the person that made contact with Bradley Sawinski, saying in the chat, Bradley Sawinski, ladies and gentlemen, making his opinion known about the accident.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't really think we saw a lot of them today, but started to charge towards the front.
ASCA B from the live chat?
Yeah, that's good beef from the live chat. You got that right.
I don't like that though. I like the Roblox League beat better
Oh, yeah.
from last week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Bottle knows what's up. ATVL. I can't wait to stop using this crap. Anyway,
You gotta get the subscription.
I do. Anyway,
I've used HBO before. Shit.
as we're coming up here on the lights going on, off in the pace car. Double filing up here. We'll be coming back with 3 laps to go. Let's look through the lineup. Rookie TJ Campbell was able to work his way up to the front. First time he's been up front all night long. He's trying to win his first ASCA race, being the ASCA 500. He'd be joining Mike McAnally and Josh Harper in that category. First career ASCA Cup Series victories coming in the ASCA 500. Actually, I lie. You can also add Michael Carbajal onto there as well. Aiden Smith trying to win his first ASCA race. He's been with the series for many years at this point and has been denied victory in both D1 and in D2. He's trying to turn things around here tonight with an ASCA 500 triumph. Ryan Bogey in 3rd as well. And is this right? We have 11 cars lined up for this restart. We have a lot of guys coming up here with damage, driving around the track, trying to pick up the pieces. A lot of big names were taken out in that accident.
Yeah, I was getting ready to point it out earlier. There's nobody left in this race. Whole field's gone. We've junked them all. I mean, another crash like that, we won't have anybody left.
And I want to mention this. There is the 080. That is
Visconti.
Visconti in 4th place. I had a bit of an aneurysm moment. I apologize. Christian Visconti, after getting involved in his accident, looks like the favorite to win, with Hyder disconnecting and with Bradley Sawinski getting crashed. But how much will these guys up ahead of him hold them off? 3 laps to settle it here in the ASCA 500. Watch out for some guys behind him too, including Richard Cheery and Berkey involved in the action as well. As the pace car makes the left-hand turn on the pit road, will this be the final time? The green flag is waved. Let's find out. TJ Campbell, and there goes Ryan Bogey to the green flag.
Little bit of a
great push.
Yeah, a little bit of a jump from that bottom lane. The top lane has no help. There's nobody up there with those two. They're side drafting as much as they can. The top lane just did not get going at all. And the bottom lane is, I don't know how they're hanging in, but that bottom lane's going to pull away.
Yeah, right now,
Stays like that.
nobody on that top line right now. Now I say that, Ryan Bogey up to the
Bogey.
top.
Ooh,
Now Aiden
Bogey.
Smith trying to abandon.
Oh, TJ.
Here we go. Race is on.
Yeah, it's on. They're racing hard as they can. Now Bogey to the race lead. Visconti pushing the 89. He's gonna they're crashing in the back. We're gonna get a caution. Clinton McDonald, the 39 in the wall.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
It's not over. It's time for overtime. In the wall hard once again. Brandon Sampson for like the 5th time tonight. Involved in an accident. I think this time it'll be over for Brandon. Let's take a look. Yeah, and you said the 17 of Clinton McDonald. 3 wide into turn 3.
Oh, net coded.
No, net code.
Let's see.
Was it?
Man.
Right through the middle of, yeah, a little bit of net code right there. Brandon Sampson and Clinton McDonald, big net code right there. Into the wall goes Clinton McDonald. Great avoidance there from Jacob Mitchell. The slam on the brakes. And the 39, again, for like the 5th time tonight, is going to go around. Just doesn't hit the brakes either. He just goes head on into the wall. I've had my opinions on Brandon Sampson in the past. His performance tonight has kind of proven my point that we shouldn't be letting him on the track. But at least I think now, yeah, he's done now.
See, here's my thing. On one hand, it's net code. It's what, you know, like there's nothing you can do about it. But why is the 17 making that move in the back of the pack with 3 laps to go? Like, dude, you're not going to go for the win.
What does he have to lose at this point? He's already last. He might as well try to gain his track position. You never know what could happen on the final lap. I don't blame him for making the move.
Gee, congratulations. You went from, like, 20th to 17th.
I mean, last time I remember something this bad happening was Montreal. James Thurston and
yeah, when you blocked him.
and a little certain
Gavin, look at your ticker.
Yeah, I'm aware of what's going on with the ticker. I'm aware.
Leader.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're having a bit of a moment. George Tolsma is stuck as the leader.
This. Someone
yeah,
take a
he's
picture
stuck
of this.
on the leaderboard. Here, I'm gonna restart it really quickly. I'm gonna take this opportunity to restart it.
Guys, take a picture of this before it's too late. Take a picture.
Because George is not supposed to be the leader. I was hoping when we went back green that I was hoping that would fix it, but no. George is still being shown as the leader.
We got our official in here, and he's here to tell us about his shitty calls this race.
Oh no.
What are you talking about?
Hi, Don.
Hi, how's the race been from you guys' perspective?
I like it. I've been liking it. It's been very nice.
It's really shaken up.
Oh yeah.
Better now that Hyder's
all of our front runners are gone.
Yeah.
Everyone is gone.
Well, except Visconti. Visconti's still up here.
Yeah, Visconti's out there. But besides Visconti, everyone's gone. AJ's out. Chris is out. Connor's out. Trifari. So who do you think's gonna win?
I'm gonna go with Aiden Smith. I think it's gonna happen.
You think it's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's finally gonna happen. He's finally gonna win a race.
It's finally gonna happen. We pray. We pray. Have you also noticed the 77 of Ethan Harrison?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You saw how he's like 45 degrees early in the race?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
Alright, I have fixed it. He is no longer...
4 laps down.
No, George Tolsma is no longer being scored as the leader. He got stuck on the ticker as the leader for like 20 laps.
Great. All right.
Don, I gotta ask, who's your pick to win?
Who's my pick?
Yeah, Don is your pick.
Give me TJ Campbell.
Based.
I think he not because I think he's the fastest, but I think he is most likely to survive.
All right then. What about you, Armani? I think we're saying your name right.
You kind of did. You know what? Taking a look at this leaderboard right here, he's made so many moves, and I just have a feeling he's going to make some stupid move that's going to end up paying off. Give me Visconti. He's going to find a way.
Yeah, I agree. I think something's going to happen there.
None of you guys are picking Richard Cherry. That's such a shock.
Guys, Ethan Harrison is completely straight now.
Richard
He's
Cherry
straight?
definitely-
No!
Yeah, he picked the car.
No!
He picked the car.
What do you mean he's straight?
He's no
No, dude, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
His car is facing the correct way.
Dude, you can't say that he's straight. You can't say that. You know what that does to me.
I love ASCA.
I love ASCA. Let's go. Anyway, we're going to be coming up this time to a second overtime. Wait, no. This is the first overtime attempt. Right? Am I losing count already? Okay, I'm already losing count. The record for overtimes in ASCA is 12 in Season 4.
Possible. That's not possible, luckily.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You guys have a limit. Thank God. Okay.
What the hell happened that race?
You can watch the broadcast. There came a point where like we were screaming in agony in the booth for the race to end because it went on for an extra hour and a half and I was tired.
What track?
Guys,
ASCA 500, Season 4.
Guys,
oh my God.
Guys, Tulsa is in a position for a top 10, and if bunch of bullshit happens,
oh no.
You know what?
Okay, let's let it happen.
Let's go, George.
Ryan Bogey, TJ Campbell, 2 rookies trying to go for victory in the ASCA 500.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is back in the air, and Ryan Bogey is up and away.
Stevie clears the 06 car. He is, but is he going to stay on the top or on the bottom? He does for now.
Bogey had a great restart. Looked like he honestly may have jumped it. It was such a great start. He got out front, but now he's losing a little bit of time. Still clear all around him though, but Visconti pushing the 89. We know they're going to try and form up something. And TJ and Sherry on the top lane as they go down the back straightaway. Oh, boy.
Oh, Visconti's getting aggressive, and look at that outside line. They're trying to abandon TJ Campbell. Visconti through the middle.
Visconti can't get low. He's stuck in the middle. Yeah, he's clear now.
Oh, there goes Campbell. Into the wall. Sherry's in it.
Sherry.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Oh, hard hit. The 52 did not slow down and door slams Campbell. And TJ Campbell's chances of winning the ASCA 500 are over.
Well, you knew it was going to happen when they started to get 3 wide. Visconti got shuffled to the middle and got back on that bottom lane. It was just bound to happen at some point. Those are some big hits there that those two took.
Let's take a look at the helicopter cam. Going down to the corner. You saw everyone went to the outside. Immediately, Visconti took that middle line into turn 3.
Man, it was net code again.
Yeah.
That could have been a problem today.
Caden Rife in the middle. Campbell pinches down, and just slight contact between Caden Rife and TJ Campbell. Cheery ricochets off Owen Chabinski and Landon Warren. Hard contact for him. Ethan Harrison gets a piece. More damage for Ethan Harrison after spending the entire second half of the race attempting to fix his car. And right at the end here, the 52 just was not slowing down. That's Ryan Kempton, who just was not slowing down and just full speed into TJ Campbell.
I mean, there's just no way they can crash him anymore. They have. It's turned into your typical Daytona race. Crash him and re-rack him. And then crash him and re-rack him.
Crash him
like
and
every
re-rack.
Daytona
Crash
race.
and re-rack.
Like Larry Mack says, caution, drink, breed, cautions.
So look who's third. So this actually might play to a great benefit for Visconti, because it feels like for the first time all race he's going to restart on the bottom.
Yeah.
He's that second car on the bottom line. If he can give a big push to Bogey and kind of get him out of line, he's already proven that he can, work his way up more so than a guy like an Aiden Smith or a Bogey. He can contend up front. I'm counting out that 080.
The only problem I could kind of see is if he can't get him up the track and he's kind of just stuck on that bottom lane like he got earlier in the race. Is the yellow line in play? Like, can he pass under there? No.
I think he'd be more than likely just to wreck him rather than try to go underneath.
Yeah.
We got new players up front here late. Jason Samito has had a very quiet night. Had a pretty horrid Season 7 in his debut. Wanted to turn things around right now in the top 5. He was the driver that made it 3 wide on Visconti before the accident with Campbell. And right up behind him is Connor Berkey, otherwise known to ASCA fans of old as Agent. He decided to come back first season on iRacing after taking Season 7 off. And he's starting his season off with a top 5 run and a possible shot at his first ASCA 500 crown. This is going to be a real interesting restart coming up.
Did they make it back? That's the big question. Will they take the white flag, or will we have to use the third and final overtime?
I hope not.
I hope not either. Nobody on that outside lane. There's only 2 cars up there. Look at how little cars there are. It looks like an NR 2003 race when you turn the drafting distance to the max. Only 11 cars left or so.
Yeah, a lot of people on pit road trying to make last-second repairs to try to put themselves in some kind of position to win in case all hell breaks loose. This will be an overtime attempt number 2 of 3. If we have to do it one more time, then the next yellow will end the race. But as of right now, we are still racing to the checkered flag.
I'm really fucking slow. I thought that was coming down the green.
No. Now everyone's lining up here.
So many cars are out of this race. You got these cars that got jumped earlier today that went. Owen Travinsky is still 4 down. What is up with Jacob? Still, pretty much everybody's been involved in a crash today.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing it's not. Good thing it's not like a real NASCAR. We don't go to Atlanta next. Have an even worse race there. And the ticker says it's the final lap.
Yeah, I'm aware. I don't know why it's saying that. Because it's not the final. It's not the
app.
It shouldn't be saying it's the final lap.
Yeah, but if you reopen the lap, if you reopen the app, it did that to me before.
Oh my god, I'm not reopening the app right now. I just gotta say final lap. Fuck it.
Lord, I hope we get to the final lap.
If we get another yellow, I'll go ahead and restart it. But anyway, just ignore the ticker. Ignore the ticker. It's confused.
Watch the race.
Watch the race. Watch the funny cars. Go zoom. Zoom.
Watch cargo room.
Yes.
Watch them take the left turn and die.
All right, so this is overtime attempt number 2. 2 laps to go to settle it. Ryan Bogey, Aiden Smith coming to the restart zone. Let's try it again.
Bogey gets the launch.
Oh, I don't know if that's the move. I really don't know if that's the move.
There's no help behind him, but not a lot of help as well for Visconti.
Well, Visconti, we already know he's going to try and be aggressive here. He's going to try and get to that race lead as soon as possible. So, you're Boogie, whatever. You got to be worried about him being on your rear bumper.
Coming out of turn 2, Aiden Smith with a push from Jason Samito. Squirrely is Ryan Bogey with the push from Visconti as they go down the back straightaway. Will we make it to the white flag?
Looks like they've kept it clean for now.
Visconti's really trying to get underneath that 35 of Bogey. You can just see the way he's pushing. He's trying to push him high and then cut down low. But so far, Bogey's done a really good job to defend.
They're going to make it back. White flag, Ryan Boogie leads them to
there goes the 94!
Oh.
We're on the last lap. All hell is breaking loose. Aiden Smith, Ryan Bogey. It's a race back to the flag.
They're crashing even more in the back, but it doesn't matter. The 80 and the 35 pushing each other. The 080 is clear. Single file down the back straightaway. Half a lap to go. What can he do? No help. He's got a little bit of help now.
Here we go. Going down into turn 3 for the final time. Ryan Bogey being under pressure for both Visconti and Aiden Smith. When will they make the move? Coming out of turn 4. Ryan Bogey getting the push from Visconti. To the outside goes Visconti. Coming to the checkered flag. Side by side. Visconti. Christian Visconti is going to become an ASCA 500 champion in a photo finish.
Oh my goodness. Just like, wow.
Timed it perfectly.
Perfection.
What was the time of victory on that one?
.03013. 1/100th of a second.
That's the closest finish in ASCA 500 history?
No, not even close. I'm pretty sure that one of them had to be like screenshotted and like looked at in a picture. Not even close. And as he burns it down, let's take a look at that finish again.
Oh my goodness.
So here it comes.
Tolsma got P9.
Nice. Here it is. Aiden Smith giving the push to Visconti. Look at what Visconti did. He got the 35 loose coming out of turn 4 and then immediately jerks it to the right. And at that point, Aiden Smith was going with him and there was nothing Ryan Bogey could have done. He attempts to door him up the track. Aiden Smith down low. But Visconti had the momentum. 3 wide across the flag, and Christian Viscani becomes your 7th ASCA 500 champion.
We've never had a repeat.
Yes, we have.
winner?
Yes.
Oh, wait, no,
Michael
yeah,
Carbajal.
7-8. Oh yeah, no, it's 7-8.
Yeah,
I'm
Michael
bad at math.
Carbajal won the 5th and the 6th.
I'm bad at math. Don't worry about it.
And with that, as we watch Christian Viscani come around and celebrate his first ASCA Cup Series victory, being our biggest race, the ASCA 500, let's take a look at the results. After 107 laps of action, Christian Viscani is an ASCA 500 champion in his first attempt. Ryan Bogey will settle for second, Aiden Smith in third, Connor Berkey in fourth, and Keola Hankins comes back for a 5th place finish. Caden Wright finishes 6th, Jason N. Marshall finishes 7th, Pravin Vijaykumar comes in 8th, George Tolsma in 9th, and Gabe Kazola brings it home for a top 10. Now outside the top 10, we got Connor Bullheis, Nico Servideo, Zachary Spain, Landon Warren, Ethan Harrison, Jacob Mitchell, Jason Samito, Owen Shabinsky, Richard Cheery, and TJ Campbell. Then we got, wrong page. What the hell? Why is it doing that? Come on. There we go. Ryan Kempton in 21st. Clinton McDonald, 22nd. Hunter M. Collier, 23rd. Daniel Bodding, 24th. Bradley Sowinski, 25th. Garrett A. White, 26th. Dimitri Mundros, 27th. AJ Hyder, 28th. Brandon Sampson, 29th. And Dylan Fox in 30th. And rounding out the field is Brandon Morris in 31st, Miles Davis 32nd, Amir Bascom in 33rd, Tyler Lars 34th, Preston Culp in 35th, Abe Troxell in 36th, Andy McDowell 37th, Connor Trafari 38th, Satarjman 39th, and Emily Callison in 40th. That is rounding out your 40-car field for the ASCA 500.
Man, I gotta think, what could have Hyder done those last few laps? I mean, he was there with Visconti all race.
I mean, you got to imagine Hyder is not happy. You know, basically, like you said, this could have been Hyder's win. I mean, we don't know what happened, you know, if he was there at the end, but there are just, it's like Tony Stewart with the Daytona 500. It's like there are just some races that drivers are just, feels like the racing gods just don't allow them to win. And it seems like this is it for Hyder. Did everything he needed to do, and then a power outage.
Yeah,
a power outage takes him out.
Well, we have someone we need to talk to. We'll be talking to the top 3 if possible. Let's start off with our newest ASCA 500 champion, Christian Viscani, with an incredible move out of turn 4. Christian, how does it feel to become an ASCA 500 champion?
Yeah, I've dreamt of this since I was a little kid, man.
Oh,
this
I'm
is
sure
badass.
you have.
Yeah, this is bad. I renewed my sub today. I didn't even have this damn game, and then I got coerced into running.
You just call this a game?
I mean simulator.
Yeah, you get that right.
Please.
When it came to this
revoke.
Christian, when it came to this race, you had one of the most dominant cars of the day. One of the major things we noticed throughout the race is that you were struggling to clear on the outside line. How hard was it to build runs on the outside line during the race?
You should have been a fly on the wall for the damn Discord I was in. I was throwing I swear to God, I was throwing a fit. I couldn't get clear. It wasn't explicitly tough. It's just that there's just a lot of good cars up front when I was up there. Hyder was up there. You know, it was just Ethan was up there for a bit. So it was a little tough just because of the competition. But you could generate a run decently well. I think on one restart, I went from like 10th to 6th, 5th in a lap. So it wasn't awful. But it was a fun race overall, I'd say.
And when it came to that green-white checkered 2 laps to go through the mind process on that restart and how you set up that move on the last lap to win the race.
Yeah, so I don't think y'all's broadcast had like paint schemes, but Bogey and I were in. Yeah, we were in like essentially matching cars.
I know. We saw Bogey's.
Yeah.
We didn't see yours.
Yeah, mine's basically the same, like different, not Pankos. Like
I saw it in the schemes. I know what it looked like.
Did you?
Awesome.
Okay,
yeah, I know what you're on about.
Yeah, I was just gonna push him, and then we got to the white, and we were just in line on the bottom, and we got lucky to where they wrecked above us. I didn't even see what happened. We missed it. And it was basically me and Bogey versus Aiden Smith for the most part, and then I just pushed him, made sure one of us would win, and then made a move I thought was safe, and it worked out. I wish, happy we got 1-2. Obviously, I wouldn't have been upset if Bogey won, but obviously, once I knew one of us would win, I figured it was probably worth the gamble.
Well, in that case, Visconti, you become one of only 7 people to ever win an ASCA 500 title, and you have become easily one of the best super speedway racers in both of your starts. Congratulations on the victory, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll see y'all hopefully next week. Probably not.
Oh, I thought he was done talking. Get back in here, finish up.
They silenced me. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable.
Welcome to ASCA.
Oh,
that's ridiculous. I don't even know what I said. I said I'll see y'all next week, but probably not because I suck at Vegas. So I'll probably run 15th. That's all I had for you.
All right, and with that is Christian Visconti, your ASCA 500 champion, and now we get to bring in Ryan Bogey. Bogey with easily his best run in ASCA to date. Ryan, you were up front right till the end. What were you missing when the time counted most?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I did everything I could there. Out of 4, Visco hit me in the back, got me a little bit loose, and then him and Aiden Smith went high, and then I look in my mirror, the 2 cars behind them are also going high, and I just had no one to help behind me coming to the checkered, so yeah.
And when it came to the race today, especially late, as slowly everybody that had been outrunning you slowly were getting knocked out. One with a power outage, Sawinski got crashed. What were the feelings coming towards those final few restarts as you were slowly making your way up to the front?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just played the lane back game, waited for everybody else to take each other out, and it's up there at the end again. Just kind of sucks. Because Talladega last season, same thing happened, finished side by side and lost. Just kind of sucks, but congrats to Christian Visconti on the win. We'll take the second place and hopefully build momentum off of it.
All right, just like that, Ryan Bogey, second place finish, looking to build up his momentum after a runner-up in the ASCA 500. Good run for you, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And finally, and I apologize, I have to look and see. I kind of forgot who finished third. Oh my God, right, it's Aiden Smith. Let me get Aiden Smith in here. Aiden Smith, there he is. Pimp Sigma, third place finish. You were in a position coming out of turn 4. Was there anything that you could have done different to secure yourself an ASCA 500 championship?
Well, I didn't know this until after the race when I was looking at photos, but I forgot they were both part of like the Slurp Juice cars, the Fortnite cars, the one with the Gooners on the cars. But realizing that, there's probably not a whole lot I could have done differently. I was sitting out of 4, fade is in my hands. I could go high, I could go low, but there wasn't a whole lot of room on either side. So, I just tried to do what I could since they were too wide and they were losing ground. Went low, try to go low. If I had maybe 100 more feet, I think I would have got it, but just is what it is.
When it comes to your race, you were near the front for a lot of it, and you had a really close call at the beginning of the race as well, at that big crash coming out of turn 2. So I just want to ask you, how would you describe your race, and would you have done anything different?
That was probably the best super speedway race I've run start to finish that I've done in a league. Like, I just felt like it was complete from start to finish. So no, I wouldn't have done anything differently. But it was just a couple things here and there. Avoiding the crashes for a big name of the game, especially the ones that happen up front for whatever reason. But yeah.
And with that will be Aiden Smith, third place finish. One of his best runs today. A win is surely on the way very soon. Now, before we head out, firstly, Armani, Levi, I want to ask both of you, how would you describe today's race and the action we saw?
I would say it was a really good race overall. You had guys like Hyder, Harrison, and, obviously Visconti, he won the race. But, it was a domination for the most part, but you were able to make moves through the field. Yeah, it was kind of a gridlock, but it wasn't to the level of the next gen where you were literally stuck. If you worked it properly, if you got the right moves, the right pushes, you could get yourself to the front. And while I'm not a fan of guys, wrecking all the way in the back and we have multiple overtimes. I think that finish kind of made up for kind of the sloppiness that the race ended.
Levi?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a much different race than I thought it would be today. I thought it'd be a lot more chaotic, a lot more bigger runs and crazier moves, kind of like we used to see out of the old Gen 6 car, but a lot more gridlocked and control of a race than I thought it'd be. Kind of like you said, kind of like the next gen, and you had 3 guys control the whole race until you got out to the end. You only had that one guy that controlled left, and he ended up winning. So definitely a much different race than I thought it was going to be with this car, but still a good race nonetheless, and pretty good finish too. Just aggravating with all the overtimes and crashes.
Well, I just want to say, firstly, Armani, thank you for coming back out for yet another season of incredible commentary. And Levi, I literally pulled you out of my own asshole to come on over here and try this out, and you did not too bad at all. Before we round up, we have...
I'm pregnant!
What? You aren't supposed to tell people that yet, Dunn. It's a secret.
Wow.
And you were the father.
No,
Actually, wait,
no,
mother.
no, you get out of here. You get out of here. All right. Before we round up, we have one more thing. Daniel Botting. It's time to open a pack.
Pain.
It's time to open a pack.
Pain.
Daniel. Talk about his race.
Kevin.
Hey,
What
What is he thinking?
Kevin, you gotta look in board chat.
What happened?
Now, I noticed you guys looked at me when I was sitting on the apron.
Yeah?
This was the pose I was hitting. So that's what I was hitting after.
Bro,
I was hitting this one already.
Bro was in the spot.
I had to stop
Yeah, that would
rethink.
explain a lot of things, OJ.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh,
as per ASCA tradition.
Yeah, it's time to open a pack.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, we got a Magnetron, we got a Phantom, a Kabuki, Medichan, and a Scrapture. Alright. But that's not all. We got one more. Hold up. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Last one. Alright, we got a Meryl, we got a Mawile, we got a Pikachu, a Pikachu, and a Bestacoon.
And with that, that's going to end our broadcast for tonight of the 8th annual ASCA 500. I am ignoring Owen Chabinski. Do not listen to him.
Hi,
Hi,
it's
Jacob
me.
Mitchell. Hi, Jacob Mitchell.
Hey,
From everyone here at ASCA, from Armani, Levi.